All right, internets, here we are. It's Monday night, and that means thank you for the sub very much, Fellowship of the Tables. That means Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Wily Hobbit, also known as Scott, if you want the real name. And welcome to our little channel and our little game. Let's go around the horn here real quick and meet the players and their characters. Calavera, tell us a little bit about your character.
Uh, Hi, I'm Paige. I'll be playing Calavera, the Fire Ganassi Grave Domain Cleric. Uh, she is not very good at being a cleric. She's very new to this. I believe it was only a few days ago in game that she even prayed for the first time because someone else brought it up. And she's here to make sure we don't all die. I'll
Good.
do my best.
All right, good. I'm
Probably.
sure it'll be fun. Excellent. All right, let's go right down the side of the overlay here. Rue.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrew, aka Fellowship of the Tables, and I'm playing Rue Shahar, the somersaulting, bow-wielding, very dexterous merchant with sneak attack.
Merchant with sneak attack.
Absolutely.
Yes, nice. Good. Very nice. All right, Fragile.
Yeah, I am Fragile, and I am a warlock. My patron is the Raven Queen, and I'm either happy or I'm mad or I'm sad or I'm somewhere in between them, but never unemotional.
That's right.
Just
You
not in style.
run the gamut of emotions. All right, very nice. Algernon.
Hi everybody, I'm Manny at Growed Up Geek on social media, and I'll be playing Algernon Altano, a human divination wizard who's out on a little bit of a informal study abroad program.
I like that. Let's go to Ronvin.
Hello, I'm Vivi, and I'm playing Ronvin. She's the baby artificer with her little clockwork sparrow named Penny Swoops. She basically has never left home before, so she stumbles from one life crisis into the next. Conscience, basically. What animals do we eat? What animals are nice? Should we still eat nice animals? And all other kinds of craziness. So let's see if there's something else today that she'll do for the first time.
I'm sure it'll be exciting. Can't wait to see. And welcome back. We missed you last week. All right. And then finally, last but not least, Gears.
Years. Hi, I'm Dave. Hey Wilson on most of the social media platforms. I play Gears, the Warforged Fighter.
All right. Let's have some D&D. So last time hey, it's Maddie Games. Good to see you. This is the fellow, if you look in chat, So Maddie is the fellow who created our overlay. So how about a round of applause for So Maddie Games? That's a round of applause. See what I'm doing? Yeah. So thank you very much for the great graphic work, Maddie. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. So when we were last together, the party had stumbled upon this standing stones arrangement, and this time it was the one they were looking for. And they managed to survive an ambush attack by a group of kobolds, I think two of whom were winged. And upon defeating that threat, Algernon raced down the stairs. There's this opening in the center of this circle of standing stones that it was more like a hole of darkness in the ground that looks like it had been excavated and so forth. And as the battle and everything was wrapping up, Algernon, Al, the beefy tank wizard, headed down into that stairwell. And as the party kind of wrapped up and looked around, they realized, hey, wait a minute, where's Al? And they, in turn, kind of followed him down the stairs. So my first question for the party: does anyone have a light source? I do recall there being a torch, because if you remember, you did arrive at the Standing Stone Circle in the dark, in the evening. And I thought I recalled
There were-
Algernon having a torch at one point.
Also, Penny Swoops. If I touch Penny Swoops, she lights up because that's the one magic tinkering thing. So it's 5 feet radius of light that Penny Swoops gives off without having to actually use the torch.
Okay.
And I can put light on anybody's staff or whatever it is they want to carry around.
Okay. The reason I ask is as Al descends the stairs, anybody who sees him, head down and then goes over there, he basically vanishes. It's so dark down here. It's super duper dark. You descend a 20-foot stairwell, and I'm guessing that at first maybe you hurried Algernon, and then you realized as it was absolutely blacker than pitch, you should take your time coming down the stairs. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah, as soon as I was basically like clear of potentially being hit by anything from outside, like my head below the ground level, then I slow rolled it down the stairs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and at the end of in the last round of combat last time, I had run down right after him and pulled out a torch and lit it.
Okay. So I'm going to let you all choose a marching order. Al is currently the first one down the stairs. It descends about 20 feet into absolute utter darkness. Who's going to be right? Who's going to be right behind him?
I can't see him, by the way. Well, Rue went behind him, so I'll follow Rue in.
Okay, and Rue has a torch. Great.
And I have dark vision, so
Okay.
I'm good.
Who's going to follow Fragile?
Here's will.
Okay. And we have Calavera
Is
and
the
Ron.
stairwell or corridor? Sorry, is the corridor or stairwell that we're in wide enough that like somebody could walk around me? Because just me being first does not seem like a good idea.
You could go 2 abreast, 2 at the shoulder. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm absolutely gonna fall back to like the middle.
Okay.
In that case, as that's happening, Gears will move to the fore.
Okay.
Yeah, Calavera will probably end up being somewhere in the middle. She'll just let people kind of shift around her. It's probably best to be in the middle. I can reach more people from here.
Okay. So how about we go Gears, Rue, Fragile, Calavera, Al, and then Ronvin? Is everybody okay with that? For a marching order? Okay. So we have a torch. If memory serves, what is torch? Bright light 20, dim light 20 beyond that, right? So you descend the stairway, and it's a good 10-foot wide stairway. It's cut right out of the earth, stone, hard packed, a little crumbly, a little cracky here. The first thing you notice that assaults your senses is it smells like old down here, like really, really old. It smells a bit of death, whatever that smells like to each of you. And the first one down, Gears and Rue, right behind Gears, the torchlight kind of flickers and plays across this tiled floor, very wide stone tiles, and probably about 25, 30 feet in, there's a pillar that goes from floor to ceiling that appears to probably support the ceiling, and it looks like it's been beautifully carved to represent 5 dragons. They're like supporting the ceiling with their forelimbs. They're smaller, their forelimbs, and you can see here and there. Again, your torchlight's pretty bright for 20 feet, and then by the time it's out to 40 feet, it's darkness, and you can see mosaics on the ceilings and the wall, and it looks like it's like imagery of dragons in flight swooping. And the thing that sticks out to you, even though it's faded, clearly very old, but these dragons are all colored dragons. They're blue, green, black, red, white, versus metallic dragons. And then here and there, it looks like, this thing has been here for so long that roots have actually grown in places and like cracked and split some of the tiles. And it's just this grim, dark visage that you have as you all kind of come down the stairs and light, onto the floor. What are you doing?
Gears will have their glaive out and use the butt to sort of tap around on the floor as he's moving forward to see if there's any pit traps or other triggering mechanisms as they go forward.
Okay.
Al's going to look around at all the dragon statues, with dragons having been one of the things he's studied during his formal education.
Okay. Yeah, these are, most definitely, the chromatic dragons. And it looks like the images that are carved into the pillar are chromatic dragons. Gears, why don't you roll me what's the word I'm looking for? Perception.
Perception.
Can I assist with that? Wiley, can I assist him with that?
What's that, Rue? You're breaking up there, buddy.
Can I assist him with that?
Sure. Yeah, Gears, if you want to roll that at advantage, that'd be fine. You've got the torch and kind of hold it out.
Advantage. That's a 21 then.
Okay.
Thank you for the assist.
Yeah, so as you peer into the darkness, you notice there's an interesting kind of glint or gleam in various places on the pillar. Like the torch, how a torch will kind of flicker. And you'll see like a bright flicker of red or a bright flicker of blue occasionally. It looks like something's reflecting or shining briefly. The torchlight is kind of catching it, sparkling almost. Here and there on the side of the pillar that's facing you. The other thing you notice when you kind of stay quiet and really focus is you hear this very forlorn, I don't know, just this empty sounding groan, just this sound. And so what that's going to require then is for everyone to roll initiative, please. If you don't mind.
Oh, come back.
Happens if we do mind.
Well, roll it anyway.
Oh no!
Okay, 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
18 for Gears.
16 for Calavera.
I think I got a 17.
Oh, okay. Just
Nope.
count one.
Sorry. No, sorry. It's a 15. Sorry.
What was that, Ronman?
14.
Ronman's a 14. How about Al?
I got a 6. I act tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be fine. For Geely, how'd you do?
Oh yeah, I rolled a 3.
Hey.
Nice. Okay.
And my initiative's +2, so.
Oh.
Well, get him out of the way on the initiative roll, I always say. Okay. So, Gears, as you're standing there peering into the darkness, right? You're looking. And you notice a little bit of movement. Very slow, kind of methodical, and you hear that groan again. Rue, you hear the groan this time. In fact, the whole party hears the groan. And as you kind of step closer into the room, you can vaguely make out probably about, coming out from behind the pillar, the form of this grotesque, bent and broken humanoid just kind of walking slowly towards you, and it kind of reaches out. And it's probably about 20 feet from where you are right now. I'm assuming all of you kind of got down at the bottom of the stairs on the ground. So Gears, you'd be furthest in. You're about 20 feet from the pillar, and this thing is standing right beside the pillar. Rue, you notice off to the right, along the wall, another one of these things, except it only has one arm, and it's kind of schlepping in the direction of the group. Gears, what would you like to do? You've got one at 2 o'clock and one straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Pop out both of the forearm blades. This will be the first time I've had a chance to use them. And
nice.
Go straight on to the guy that's coming straight at me.
Okay.
So it'll be weapons out and attacking the guy that's coming straight at me. And what we got here? And does a dirty 20 hit?
It does.
Awesome. That is 10 damage slashing.
Nice.
And
Yeah, so you...
bonus action. The second blade comes to play. Does a 12 hit.
It sure does.
That's nice. Another 5 plus 6 is 11.
Okay. Yeah, so you...
Sorry, 5 plus 4 is 9. Sorry.
Okay,
That's
you take an arm off this thing. And it just drops, thunk, and this like black ichor kind of curdled sort of spoops out of the shoulder and runs down its side, and it doesn't even seem to notice or be phased. It just, it's right in front of you now, and then if you look down now that you're closer to it, even though the torch is kind of behind you, you're casting a shadow, but there's this horrible smell of death and fetid, rancid smelling flesh, and there's entrails kind of hanging out, the side, nasty. So, but you did manage to open up a serious wound and lop an arm off, so it's definitely in bad shape. Anything else you'd like to do there, Gears?
Nope. I'll stand ready to take the hits.
All right. Calavera. This is all playing out in front of you, about 25 feet in front of you.
Oof. Well, that's something. I think... Oh man, do these guys kind of look like they're undead?
They surely don't look
way.
healthy. Yeah, they don't really look healthy. The one at 2 o'clock is closing in the direction of the party, not moving incredibly quickly. And then you see Gears just full on, combat with this thing. And the room you're in looks to be about 30 feet wide and extends beyond the light of your torch. And the door is right in the center of the room, the wall that you entered in.
I'm one of the 3 people here who has dark vision.
Okay.
So I can see past that.
Yeah, and you got 60 feet of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I believe so.
Yeah, dark vision is 60 feet. So you see 3 more of these creatures behind the center one, and they're all 20 to 30 feet back, ambling in your direction. Kind of groaning and moaning and generally unpleasant. And it just, you're all starting to get a whiff of, the one that Gears kind of opened up and gutted, and it smells bad.
So I think what Calavera is going to do is there's going to be another flash of light as she does produce flames in her hands again. And she's going to take this flame and I believe I have a range of 3 feet with that. Let me check very quickly. I have it right there. Yes. Would there be a way that I can throw this to hit one of the ones that's coming towards us and have the light kind of illuminate the others? Just
how big
she
are
wants to try to...
It's a sacred flame?
This is produced flame. The
Sorry.
flame sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
You would illuminate the one that, as you're looking at them, there's three of them. They're kind of almost in a diagonal. Closest to you is on the left, and then one in the center, one on the right. You could illuminate the one on the left that would show up in your flame if you hit the one in the center.
Yeah, I think she's gonna try to make that shot.
And they're all roughly about, like, the one on the left is about 35 feet, the one in the center is about 40, and the one on the right is about 50 feet out. And
I think she's gonna go for it.
Okay, and there's another pillar right behind the one in the center, much the same as the first pillar.
Okay.
So you're in a huge room, and you still don't see the back wall.
Okay. So that's a ranged spell attack?
Yeah. So you use your spell attack bonus.
Is a 9 going to hit?
A 9 is going to hit. I mean, they're just wearing like shreds of torn and gross stained rags and clothing. There's this grayish hair, bits of the skull are showing. They just all walking disjointed and groaning and just making their way your direction. What kind of damage you got?
That is going to be a full 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. All right. And then as this produced flame kind of washes around the center creature behind where Gears and the one he's engaged with are, the party will see as you're looking at it to the left and a little closer to you, one will, is illuminated in the produced flame spell. And you'll see the pillar behind that creature.
Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, she'll point and she'll call out 1, 2, 3, and she'll call out the 3 that she was able to see, finally pointing at the one that wasn't lit up.
Yeah. And Fragile, you have dark vision as well, correct? Was that you that said you had that?
That would be correct.
Yeah, and so Ronvin also?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you all can see everything Calavera can see.
That's gonna be my turn.
Very nice. Okay. Rue, you're up next.
All right. So there was a lot of talk about people who can light up various things in different ways. Has any of that happened, or is the torch the main source of light right now?
So the torch is the main ongoing source of light, but when Calavera threw her spell, a mote of flame enveloped, it kind of shot, past the party and enveloped the center creature behind where, about 20 feet behind where Gears and the one are. And when that happened, it illuminated one kind of off about 10 o'clock. That one
went back out.
And then it went
Right?
back
Is that
out, yeah,
still-
correct.
yeah,
Well,
okay.
and Penny gives 5 feet of light around Ronwin,
Yeah,
making
that's-
her the best target ever.
Yeah. But Penny Swoops doesn't illuminate any of the creatures, really. That
Yeah.
5 feet's not going to help.
Okay, so I'm going to keep my torch out then, and I'm going to run up behind Gears and try to stab the one that
Okay.
they're in melee with
Okay.
around them.
As you arrive with Gears, you can see off to your right, along the wall coming your way, one of the creatures is now illuminated in your torchlight. Same thing on the left, and you can see the one that Calavera hit on ahead, just giving you a bearing.
Okay. I will be pointing at them as I'm running, pointing them out to the party and yelling where they are.
And they can all, even Al can see him now because the torch is creating that radius of flickering light. Yeah, and there's cobwebs hanging and debris, and you see pieces of rotted wood, chairs, tables, kind of, in the last stages of rot. What's your attack roll there, Rue?
That is a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, and with sneak attack, I assume?
Yes, yeah, because Gears is right there.
That is 11 points of damage. With the
Okay.
short sword.
Yeah, so describe for me how this creature goes down.
I think that I'm calling out where these creatures are, and then I just kind of go right up behind Gears and just kind of reach right around them and get this thing right in the ribs.
Yeah.
As it probably didn't even see me hiding behind Gears.
Yeah, so you open up a big slice right across the ribs and just ichor and entrails and things and bugs and just grossness, and it just kind of folds up and falls at your feet, Gears. Anything else you'd like to do there, Rue?
I'm gonna be stealing your kills all campaign long, Dave. Sorry. That's it for me.
Gotta love sneak attack. Okay, it is the creature's turn. The one to your right is coming in your direction, and will make it to you. And it's going to attempt to kind of slam you with its, kind of one of these, motions. And I'll go evens and odds for either Gears or Rue. Gears, your odds. Yeah, so it's going to take a slam at Gears. I'm guessing that a 6 is going to miss.
That's right.
Yeah, so this thing's just kind of wobbly and, and it takes a whiff at you and misses. The one that was straight ahead that Calavera hit with fire is going to enter the fray now and take a swing at Rue. Does a 13 hit?
No.
Okay.
Just misses.
So you avoid a slam. And then the third one, that was the one that was on the left, is going to converge and kind of make its way past you all and amble toward the party. And I believe Calavera is in the front row of the party because Rue and Gears advanced. But it can't quite get to you, Calavera. It's about 10 feet away. These things don't move very quickly. They're not incredibly dexterous.
Would it have passed through my reach? Did I get an attack of opportunity?
No, not quite close enough.
Okay.
All right. Ronvin, you are next in order.
So Ronvin wants to take aim at the one that's coming for Calavera, and she wants to hurl a firebolt, that mold of fire at him. Got 120 feet, so I heard that.
And you're going at, you said the
That
one
is-
closest?
Yeah, the one that's coming for straight on for Calavera, and that's a 23.
That will hit.
It is 7 damage, 7 fire damage.
Okay. I will...
And if he has anything flammable on him, it's gonna catch fire.
Okay, yeah. So you'll see some of the scraps of clothing and so forth ignite with blue and green flames as it kind of flickers and burns, and you can immediately smell like burnt dead hair, and that just acrid, rancid death smell now is on fire. It just smells even worse. Yes. Anything else, Ronvin?
No. No. No bonus actions, so we're good. And I'm not gonna move. I'm in the very back, so I'm in the very back with a good reach. Ronvin is good. She's gonna stick.
The very back. Okay.
I was the last one to come in, so.
Gotcha. Okay, Al, you're up, sir.
Whichever one is the furthest one that I can see, just to slow its advance on all of us as a party so we don't get overwhelmed, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay. The one that was kind of way off at 1 o'clock, that was the furthest one in the, is coming into view now. And so that would be the one that's furthest away, because there are 2 that have advanced on Gears and Rue. And then there's the one that's still ambling up. So you could hit that one with a Ray of Frost.
Okay, yeah. And then if oh no. A 10 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. It's going to do 4 damage, and that creature's movement speed is slowed by 10 feet until the end of its next turn.
Gotcha. Thank you for that bit of info. Yeah, so you see this blast of cold just envelop this thing, and it stiffens up, and it's still kind of trying to trudge, but it's definitely, slowed. And you see frost play across it as the damage takes hold. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it. I don't get bonus actions. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay, for Geely, it is your turn.
All right, so I've got one right in front of Ronvin, right in front of Calavera. I got one on Rue, one on Gears.
Yep.
Was there another one further out?
That was the one that Al just hit with Ray of Frost.
Oh, he hit the one further out. Okay.
Yeah, and it's about
Great minds think alike.
It's about 40 feet from the base of the steps, so you can easily see that with your dark vision.
So I have a game rules question before I make my decision.
Okay.
Can you stack slows?
Yeah, that would be cumulative. Because the new speed is the new speed. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to Eldritch Blast the one that is incoming.
Okay. Which
that's a 16 versus AC.
Is that the furthest one out? You mean
the one that he slowed?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, the furthest one out that he slowed.
That hits.
16 versus AC.
Yep.
I believe it's straight. I don't think I have any bonuses with Eldritch Blast yet. 1d10. So that would be 8 points of force damage.
Okay.
And the creature is slowed by 10 feet by my Lance of Lethargy ability.
Okay.
That is part of my X-Blade.
Okay, so it's now stationary. And it's probably 15 feet or so to the 1 o'clock of Gears and Rue's position. And then they each have 2 in melee.
Okay.
Or they have a total of 2 in melee, and then there's one closer to the party at about the 11 o'clock that's about 10 feet from the party.
Okay, and then I would like to move up in between Calavera and the one that is right in front of her.
Perfect. You do so. All right, very nice. Gears, it is your turn. You have 2 zombies right there. One is on you and one is on Rue.
All right. I will attack the one on me with 2 blade attacks. First roll. Oh boy. It's not bad. 13.
That's a hit.
And the doof. Dice are on fire. That's 10 damage. Second attack is a 16, which I assume hits.
Yep.
And damage is not that great. 5. So a total of 15 slashing damage.
And this is the one that's on you. Okay. Very
This
good.
one's on me.
Yeah, so you open up a couple of nice gashes, and again, it's almost like you've relieved pressure, and this, just kind of blows out of its chest, and you loosen another arm. I mean, you're just hacking away at this thing. Anything else?
That is it.
Okay. Calavera.
So how many are left around us and how far are they from us?
Okay, so there's one about 10 feet from you, kind of to your 11, but Fragile is between you and it. There are 2 more, one on Rue, one on Gears, and they're straight ahead about 15 feet or so. And then there's one to the 1 o'clock behind those, another 10 feet behind those. So there's a total of 4 up right now.
And they're okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't use them. So, as a lot of this has been happening, Calavera has been just really quite staring at these things coming towards them.
Okay.
At first, like, confused, but then kind of in, like, something more akin to like a dawning horror. She really like realizes what we're looking at. And like looking around, seeing that there are so many nearby, like coming towards us. She I think she kind of instinctually reaches down towards her holy symbol, like on her belt to hold it, like as a moment of like seeking some sort of comfort or something in all of this. And she feels it, and like she holds it. And she just like under her breath just wishes hard for something here to stop. And with that, she is going to cast Turn Undead.
Okay.
Each undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet of me has to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 13.
Okay.
And
DC
I
13
believe
wisdom.
that's all.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And I believe that's all the ones that I can see right now.
They can see you because they have dark vision, so that will be all of them. So you said a wisdom saving throw at DC 14?
DC 13.
13. Okay, so the one closest to you misses. The one on Rue misses. The one on Gears misses. Come on, really? Throwing that in the trash. And then the one furthest away that is frozen in place saves to no benefit. So they immediately, on their turn, will begin moving away from you. Some fine dice rolling right there.
Yep, they have to spend their turns trying to move as far away from me as they can.
Yep.
And they also can't take reactions.
Okay. Yep. And then that ends when they take damage. Or what's the duration on that?
It's turn for 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Okay. Yep. So 10 rounds. Okay. Anything else?
I think that's all she's got in her right now.
Okay. Excellent.
I don't think
Rue.
she doesn't even realize what she's done.
Rue, you are up.
All right. So the one that's on me is not in melee with Gears, right?
There's basically one on you and one on Gears. Each of you are in melee with a zombie.
Right. So I think that I don't know if I really know that it can't take a reaction. So, but
Yeah,
it
you
doesn't
wouldn't
really
know that.
matter. So I'm gonna. I mean, yeah. If I knew it, I would take a bonus action to disengage, but it doesn't really matter anyway. So I'm gonna move around the one that Gears is in melee with and try to flank it from the other side.
Okay.
And attack it from there.
Very good. Yeah, so you have no trouble moving around?
That's with advantage then?
Yep.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, roll up your damage there, but follow
So
that
that's
with a description.
6, 11, and then we don't max at any of the sneak attack die, right?
Yes, you do. That doubles your sneak attack because that's part of your damage. Yeah.
Right, but they don't max.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You just double the number of dice you roll. I got
So
you.
that is 16 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, so describe for me how you dispatch.
So I think this time I come all the way around Gears, just as they and the zombie are kind of parrying back and forth, and I dig my sword into its gut and just kind of pull all the way around it.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
just spill its guts everywhere.
Nice. Okay, so two are down. You basically have these piles of just broken bone and dismemberment and ichor at your feet. Anything else you'd like to do?
And then, if I have enough, do I have enough movement to get to the a flanking position behind the one that's in melee with Fragile?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. All right, so you've kind of made a zombie sandwich. Fragili's about 5 feet to the front of it, and you're within melee to the rear of it, if that makes any sense.
Kind of tap it on the shoulder to distract it while Fragile goes after it.
It turns emotionless. It turns and begins to flee right past you. And by flee, I mean it just moves as quickly as its disjointed, broken, dislocated form can move. As it kind of groans, it's got this disgusting spittle, and it's leaking ichor from various, seepages and rotted flesh openings. And you're certainly welcome to make an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Wish.
That'd be for Fragile also, since she was in melee with it?
Yes, yeah, because it's turning to leave your space. You were correct.
That's a 23 for me.
That's a hit. Good.
14 for me.
But I don't get sneak attack on that one.
Correct.
So that is 7 points of damage. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
That's 5. Okay, and that's 9 points of piercing damage from Fragile.
Yeah, describe for me how you
Magical.
end this zombie with your blade.
So who ended it? Did Rue end it? Was
You
my
did.
shot just a bonus shot?
You did.
Oh, well, I'm going to see Rue stab it in the side, and I'm just going to go right through the back of its skull with the point of my rapier.
Yeah. Cool.
Kind of a Walking Dead move.
Yeah. I gave Rue the first hit because they tapped it. He tapped it on the shoulder. It was like right there. So very good. Okay, so another one goes down. The zombie on Gears, beside Gears, and I would say for that purpose would be in melee, is heading due away from your position, which for anybody keeping track at home is north. Gears, that would grant you an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Single attack. And that's a 19. That hits.
Yep.
It's, sorry. 8 damage. As it tries to walk away, he just
Yep.
brings his arm. They just bring their arm around and slice into them as they're trying to leave.
Yeah, and just black ichor runs out, and it just kind of ambles off away from you, and it moves 20 feet. It's over toward the next pillar, straight ahead. And then the one that's unable to move does not move. Actually, when you cut it, the one that you just damaged just kind of turns, and like almost as if it comes out of a trance, and slowly turns back and looks at you and stays, ready to do a thing to you. But this turn it cannot. Ronvin, you're up next.
Right. So one was running past Rue and got hit. One tried to run away with Gears. The one who can move. Where is that exactly?
From you, it's about 40
I have
feet.
a clean shot at it.
Yeah, it's about 40 feet to the 1 o'clock position. If you're facing forward into the room, it's behind and beyond the first pillar, and it's to the right of that. It's about 40
So,
feet.
yeah. Okay, since I can see 60 feet, that works. Yeah, I'm gonna firebolt that one.
Great,
I love this cantrip.
isn't it great?
Yeah. 21.
That's a hit.
Right. That is 5 fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, and once again, it catches fire. This poor thing has been forced and frozen, and now it's been fired. And it's petrified.
Fun bait.
You know, if zombies had expressions, it would look scared because it's been turned, but it can't run. Anything else you'd like to do, Ronvin?
Nope.
Okay. We are to Al.
None of they're not still turned, right? Or, no.
Well, you don't really know. I mean, you saw you saw
Okay.
the one that was on Gears go to leave, and then once Gears struck it, it kind of like turned back around and, you know, was like, what kind of thing. And the one that's been held or frozen or stopped, you can't really tell what's going on with it.
Okay. I'm gonna hit Ray of Frost on the one that Fragile and I like frozen its tracks just
Yeah.
to keep the workload manageable.
Yep, you got it.
It's going to be, oh no, an 8 to hit.
That is exactly what you needed to hit.
All right, and it's going to do 5 damage and same deal. Movement slowed by 10 feet until the end of its next turn.
Okay, tell me how you end this creature.
Just make a dramatic hand motion up, and as it comes out, just slowly from the ground up its leg or whatever it's moving on, just turns into like freezer burned and gross, and then just kind of shatters away.
Yeah.
If that's how it goes out.
Yeah, and it
Freezer
topples over, death by freezer burn. Very nice. Okay, there's the one remaining on Gears. For Geely, it is your turn. There's a dead one at your feet that you and Rue had dispatched. And then kind of to your 11 o'clock, maybe 10 feet away, beside Gears, kind of face-to-face with Gears, is another one.
Well, I kind of know Gears can handle himself, and these things really, really stink. So I'm gonna go for a long distance attack with this one, and I'm gonna call on the Raven Queen to strengthen my spell, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on it again.
Nice. Okay.
That would be an 11 versus AC.
Okay, that's a hit.
For 1 point of damage.
Okay. And just for the...
Must have glanced off.
Right? Yeah, Gears kind of had to duck. Just for the folks at home, what does your Eldritch Blast look like again for Geely? It's been a while. I don't recall.
Well, I don't know that I've used the Eldritch Blast until now. I've
Okay.
been getting into melee a lot, and
Yeah.
So my Eldritch Blast is kind of a mix of light and dark. So a lot of times when people think of Eldritch Blast as just this inky blackness shooting out of someone's hand, but
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that the Raven Queen and the power that she's putting behind it has a little bit of dark and light in it. I think she's part of everything, so that's what you would see. It would be
That's
a
really sweet.
mix of light and dark shooting out of my hand.
Nice. I love it. Okay. And it just kind of splays across it. And the thing is just held in place, so it just kind of, can't really move. So, very good. We're back to the top of the order. Gears, you have a zombie in melee with you. Face to face.
In melee. Well, we'll bring up the blades again and, like a blender, start hacking.
Right?
So we swing across at 14, I believe, hits.
Yes, it does.
And that's 7 damage.
Okay.
And a bonus action attack is a 13 plus 6 is 19.
That's a hit.
And does another 7 points of slashing damage.
All right, so describe for me how you end this last zombie.
Well, I dearly love to say the Gears is nothing but a blinding swirl of blades, but that's very Drisdor, and I'm not quite sure he's up to that. They're quite up to that level yet. But they're definitely moving with speed and efficiency, hacking and slashing at all this undead flesh as they go. The blades will ram into the chest cavity and then just scissor out, and the
Ooh.
top half and the bottom half slide apart
Nice.
back to front in a spray of gore.
Yeah.
Gears really doesn't care.
Yeah, so when you hear the unmistakable thunk and splat of what used to be sort of like fleshishness and so forth, and that ends that zombie, and so Gears, you're probably the deepest into the room. You can see about 25 feet or so ahead of you, 20 feet ahead of you, the center pillar, and you notice again the little glint and reflection of the different colored lights off the torch. And the room, if you notice, right across from on the side walls, across from that center pillar, and again, this one is carved in the image of dragons, holding up the ceiling. And the mosaics, continue on the ceiling and the floor as you go deeper into the room. But there's a door on the left side of the room, and there's a door immediately across from it on the right side. And again, the room is about 30 feet across. The doors even look like they've been painted in the colors of, the chromatic dragons. It's kind of almost a garish, it's faded, but in its day, this room must have been very, very bright and colorful. Excuse me, sorry. Thank you. What would you like to do?
So there's two doors. Yeah.
Yep. One on the left side, one on the right side.
Okay. They are painted identically with all 5 chromatic dragons. First, are they painted or otherwise identical? They look the same.
They're painted similarly, but I wouldn't say identical. Okay. Yeah. And your torchlight, like if Rue's in the in the middle axis of the room, you definitely have enough torchlight that you can see dimly on either side out to the walls.
If Al is coming to look at that at the pillar and at the doors, I would hand him the torch if he'll take it.
Yeah, I can't see anything in the dark. I'm just gonna have to see them.
I'm just gonna move back to the stairs and kind of keep an eye out on our flank.
Okay.
Make sure nobody's coming behind us.
Okay. Yeah, you get back to the stairs, and it's dark and all clear. Yeah.
Whatever's painted on the doors, would it represent like a scene of something in history that somebody might recognize? A famous battle?
The doors are just painted. The planks are kind of various colors that are in the chromatic dragon. So there's no depiction of anything on the doors. They're just painted in those colors. The mosaics are of dragons flying and swirling, maybe in battle with one another. Roll me history, Algernon.
It's going to be a 22.
Yeah, so you study, and it's you got to hold the torch up, and it's it's hard to see. And let me give you an idea too how high the ceiling is here. Where is that? 15 feet high. It doesn't seem like anything's recognizable to you. You've read a lot of books, you've studied history. Your interest in the various regions of Faerun and all. And nothing comes to mind. It just looks more like depictions. Almost like celebrating the majesty and awesomeness and awesome power of chromatic dragons.
All right, then Al's just going to go kind of focus on the carvings, the elaborate things, just to check those out and let everybody else go about their day.
Okay. Roll investigation.
It's going to be a 15.
Okay. Yeah, so you hold your torchlight up, and again, very beautifully carved stone in the shape of dragons, and you can see that they were once colored in the 5 colors of the chromatic dragons. And about 25 feet, no, not 25 feet, excuse me, about 12 feet up, that glint that I said Gears saw earlier, you hold a torch up and you can see it looks like the eyes of each of the dragons are inset with colored glass or a gem or something, but they're kind of shiny.
And I can see this with the torchlight.
Yeah. I mean, it's, the torch gives you bright light for 20 feet, and it's only a 15-foot ceiling. You can see that the eyes of each dragon are the associated color of gem. So like the blue dragon has blue gem eyes. Black dragon has these dark jet black stone eyes, and so forth.
I was gonna point the gems out to everybody because I imagine somebody's gonna have an interest in that.
Okay.
Look like they're worth anything, or are they ornamental?
Does anybody have any skills around gems and jewelry and things that go bump in the night? Yeah, Ronvin.
You should get the jeweler tools.
Yeah, you would say that those definitely have value. Those are not costume jewelry, right? Those are actual precious stones that have been faceted and cut to catch light and reflect it.
Yeah, definitely share that information.
The contents of the room that you're in, and has anybody gone to the center pillar? Are you still kind of at the first pillar? How far into the room did y'all go? Not that it matters.
We're still at the first pillar.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it matters to a degree. I think Gears will take out their torch and light it off the other torch and start moving in towards the rest of the room, searching,
Okay.
testing the floor.
Yeah, you see the doors that I described, and again, the floor are these big stone tiles. Some of them are cracked. You see places where roots have come up through, and even roots coming in through the wall, the ceiling. And you see the same, what I described as far as gems and dragons on the center pillar. And as you hold up your torch, you look beyond, and there's one more pillar beyond that. And these pillars are equidistant right down the center of the room. Okay. And again, the familiar colored glinting where the eyes of the dragons would be are also on the third pillar.
There's a fair number of gems.
Right.
But would you want to touch him?
So that's 15 gems. Anyway, we can get them on the way in. If we get it. Yes. All right. Still moving into the room, checking for any more undead, looking to see, making sure that there's no traps, studying to see if there's any secret doors.
Okay, where are you looking for traps, and where are you looking for secret doors?
Primarily floor.
Okay.
And checking the pillars, see if there's any hidden niches or doors or anything like that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation, if you would, please, Gears.
Well, that's my best skill. Yeah, no. That's a 3.
Okay. Yeah, you look, and the stone pillars look like nicely carved stone pillars, and the floor tiles, you might be able to pry a couple up, and it's just like packed earth beneath it, and you don't see anything that, out of the ordinary.
Awesome. Looks clear.
Well, since things seem to be quiet outside, I assume I'm not hearing.
You're hearing nothing. You're seeing nothing. Nothing at all. It's all quiet on the western front.
Then can I make a trip around the chamber and look for signs that anyone has been through here, tracks or disturbed dust or anything.
Okay. Make investigation.
What would you like for that?
Investigation.
That's a 19.
Okay. Obviously, where you came down to the base of the stairs and where the combat was and everything, there's it's hard to make anything out of it. What's in this room? There's a lot of like rotted and broken chairs and rotted and broken tables. And by rotted, I mean if you were to pick up a piece of it, it's like just dust in your hand. I mean, this is an old place. And you work your way, around the room, and you can see that moving forward beyond the center pillar headed north, deeper into the room, you can make out humanish sized footprints and a bunch of smaller sized footprints. That's very similar to the footprints that you saw in the dust up top when you first arrived at the stone circle that were coming right in the entryway and headed towards this excavated opening. Looks like very similar to those footprints.
Looks like some people and some of those creatures that we fought outside came through here.
Did you check both doors? Like there's only a trail through to one of them.
Oh no, there are trail. No, it's straight ahead. Yeah, it's straight ahead. Oddly enough, the doors don't look to have been entered.
So while they're doing that, Rumwin wants to poke around the room and the rubble and see if she can find anything hidden.
Okay.
She likes looking for hidden shinies.
Hidden shinies. Okay.
Investigation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hidden shinies. That is an 11.
Okay. Yeah, so you poke around and maybe, look under the tables or chairs, just kind of look around. How far into the room are you going to go? Are you going to go beyond that center pillar? And again, right at the center pillar are where the doors are kind of, in that same line.
Yeah, no, she's not going to go too far from her companions.
Very good. Yeah, you don't find anything. Nothing, no shinies, nothing exciting really. Just a lot of broken and rotted wood pieces, tables and chairs. If you had to guess, this was probably like a large dining or ceremonial hall of some sort. Would be your guess, based on what you're seeing in here.
Yeah, I was looking for some silver cutlery, so I can finally put those pretty jewels, on gears. Make some filigree.
Oh, nice. Me likey. Okay, what else would y'all like to do?
Yeah, since I now got the artificer infusions too, they actually do something too, but
Yeah.
I want to make them pretty, right?
Bling out the Warforged.
And help.
The doors themselves, heavy wood, bound in rusted iron. Nothing, incredibly moving about the doors.
They don't look like they've been opened recently then.
I mean, I'm not sure what it would look like. There's no tracks leading through the door, I mean, it's just an old underground.
There's no rust. There's no rust flakes or anything. Scrapes on the floor.
Nah, nothing looks like it's been oiled or anything like that.
So whatever came in just stayed in this room. That's the illusion that we're getting here. The tracks don't go to the doors. So basically, as far as we know, they go up the stairs, come into this big room, and that's it.
Yeah, they came down the stairs like you all did, and they go straight through the room. But you haven't found the back of the room yet. You've made it to the center of the room. That's why I keep asking how far into the room you're going.
Oh, well, keep going. Like,
Yeah.
Gears is looking for threats, so they'll keep going forward.
Yeah, Rue's standing where those tracks are going.
Okay. Yeah, those tracks just go in deeper into the room, and as you take your torches, you get about just beyond the center pillar, and you see another pillar, and then beyond that, about 20 feet beyond that. So a total of about 70 feet from where you entered to this. Now you see the back wall, and in the center of that wall is another door. It's like a double door, and at the double door you see two more of these creatures, and they seem to be kind of at the door, like as if they're there for like they're interested in something, or. And as your torchlight kind of illuminates them, they slowly turn and amble towards you. Next in initiative is Calavera. They're probably about 15 feet. That last door is probably about 15 feet from the last pillar.
So I'm actually gonna say that Calavera is probably back where she was before. I don't think she's really moved from there. She hasn't done any investigation. This whole time while people have been looking around, she's just kind of been stood there staring down at the body of this thing that had been going for her.
Yep.
So has anyone done anything to let us know there's something there? I don't think so. And I think that's out of my range of view, isn't it?
I think Al and Rue have torches. Yeah, Calavera, if you're back at the stairs, you wouldn't see that.
I gave my torch to Gears.
Okay, so Gears and Rue have...
Gears had his own torch.
Yeah, you gave your torch to Al.
I gave it to Al.
Yeah.
I don't think she's noticed any of this.
Nope. Okay.
I think probably... I mean, if I can, I probably would have called out if I saw them, unless you want me to wait for my turn.
No, you can call out for sure. Yeah, as soon as you see them, you can notify the party if you wish. Yeah, verbals are freebies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, looks like we got two more incoming.
Okay, so this Calavera will actually look up and she sees them. And yeah, she's gonna make her way over there with 30-foot speed. How far away is she from the things?
I would say that you will be about 35 feet from them. You just come right straight forward. You'll be right near the center pillar, and they're kind of stepping away from the doors in the direction of the closest party member, who is Gears. And they're still a good 15 feet from Gears.
How far did you say? 35 feet?
Yep.
That is out of the range of my stuff. Oop, not that. So she's going to move that 30 feet, and then she is going to cast a Toll the Dead on... I'll go with the one on the right.
Okay.
There's no difference between them.
No, they're
that is
two...
a wisdom saving?
There are two more of these creatures that you were dealing with before. It's two more of those creatures you were dealing with before. So wisdom save...
Oh yeah, she'll cast... Yes.
That's a dirty one.
And that should be... So I think once she gets closer to these, like, she's like, as she's walking, she's not running per se, but there's like kind of this determination in her step, and her voice is shaking, and she just quietly says, "You belong in the dirt." And this is going to take 1d8 psychic damage.
Yep.
Because I don't believe that they're damaged, are they?
Nope.
No, not yet.
It takes 1 psychic damage, and that is all.
Okay. Yeah, and it kind of does the head cock as it's walking towards you, kind of. It heard the tolling of the bells and everything. Yeah. Okay. Rue, you're up next.
All right.
I'm going to say you're probably starting your turn about 30 feet south of these guys. They were at the north end of the room. You're probably, near the center of the room, checking out the pillars with Al and the torch. So you're about 30 feet or so from these creatures as they're coming towards Gears.
I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm just going to, with my free hand, now that I'm not carrying a torch, pull out a dagger and run up to the one that Calavera just gave a nosebleed to.
Sure.
And take it as a stabby stab.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a natural 20
Nice.
with my short sword.
Oh, man.
Nice.
But it's not going to be sneak attack, so that's 6 plus 3, 9, plus another 3 is 12
Okay.
points of damage.
12 pokey poke.
And then with my dagger, that's pretty good. That's like a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's another 2 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, so you open a couple of nice slices, and some of the tendons of one of the arms, that kind of hangs limp, becomes sort of useless. Anything else you'd like to do?
I was 30 feet away, so yeah.
That's it. Yep.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I'll just stay there.
Okay, it's going to take a swing at you. It's going to try to pound on you and slam you. How about a 14?
Just hits.
Okay. You're going to take 2 bludgeoning. Oh, these dice are so wonderful. The other one, since it's right there, is going to also attempt to slam you, and I'm thinking a 12 misses. Okay. That was their turn. Ronvin, you're up. I think you made it about as far as the center of the room, so you're about 30 feet from the action where you saw Rue engage with these 2 zombies.
So one is got a nosebleed and the other one did not get hurt.
Correct. Yeah, Rue went after the one that got the little bleed there, yeah.
Right. So she's gonna shoot a firebolt at the one who wasn't hurt yet.
Okay.
And that is a 12.
That hits.
Right. And that is 5 fire damage.
Right. And the dregs of clothing, and it looks like maybe it had robes on or something. All of these look like they kind of had robes and then some kind of clothing underneath. It kind of ignites and starts to slow burn and sizzle. Would you like to do anything else? Movement, bonus action?
I don't have any bonus actions.
Okay. Very good. Al.
She just still stands there like.
Yeah. Nice.
In a nod to versatility, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at the one that, but yeah, I don't have a lot of damage though. The one that Rue and Calavera hit.
Rue. Okay, yeah, I got you. Sorry. Almost misspoke there.
It's going to be a 12 to hit.
That's a hit.
And
Algernon, the tank diviner.
Going to be 7 damage.
Nice. Tell me how this one goes down.
Same deal. Very dramatic upward motion from the ground, and as it creeps up, very much like Terminator 2, when the thing freezes and just keeps walking and like slowly breaks apart and shatters into a million pieces.
Nice. Yeah, so it goes down. Very cool. All right, Fragile. I'm guessing you were probably close to the center of the room as well with the group.
I actually stopped. I was bent down over top of one of the zombie corpses.
Yep.
And unless you were paying close attention and spoke Celestial, which only one of us does, I would have been kneeling down over top of this zombie and talking in a real guttural, almost a manly sounding voice. Just sounding angry and pissed off about something. That unless you could hear me, you weren't sure. And just before Al lets us know what's going on, anybody who was there would see me stand up, and I would have my hands poked into the ichor of the zombie, and I'd be rubbing it along the sides and underneath my nose. And then I'm going to kind of give out just a scream that all of them must be destroyed. And I'm going to charge across the room. I have 60 feet of movement with double movement, and I'm going to try to engage with one of them.
Okay.
I don't think I can get close enough to hit it, but I think I can get across and engage it.
Well, you were in the room about halfway as deep as the first column, and it's a 70-foot room.
Mm-hmm.
So you were easily 10, 12 feet into the room. So I'm going to say, because the zombies turned and started towards them, you can get there.
Okay. So I'm engaged with them, but I don't have enough. I had to double move to get there.
You got it. All right. Very good. We are back to the top. Gears, you're about 10, 15 feet. You just saw one freeze to death and break apart. And then you have the one in front of you that's partially immolated, sizzling. Robes are on fire, stalking towards you. And these all are kind of human-sized, human-shaped. It's tough to tell for sure just because they're so rotted and so, in such bad shape. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to put this one down too. So, blades out, and I'm going to take a run at him to see if we can do some damage with this. Yeah, that is 21.
That hits.
And that is 6 damage.
Okay.
Bonus action hits is dirty 20.
Oh, nice.
And another 6 damage.
Okay. Yeah, so this thing you've, again, opened up big wounds on it. It's still up, trying to, get at you. And again, the smell is almost overwhelming. Maybe not for you, but anybody near, like Rue, you're like forcing yourself to keep your last meal down your throat. The smell is just overwhelming. Calavera, it is your turn.
Okay, how many are still?
Just the one that Gears just accosted.
And this one has been hurt?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's looking rough.
I think Calavera just No, yeah, I think she like stomps her foot.
Okay.
And just kind of goes and she says, I said go back to the dirt. And she's going to cast Toll the Dead on this one too.
Okay.
That's
so
another wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Oh, and this time it's an actual one. Man, my saving throws have been horrific tonight.
Beefed
Nice.
it.
Yeah, you
so
crushed
this
it.
This is going to be a D12 of damage because
Yes.
this one's already hurt.
Yes, you're right. Yep.
For
Great.
a full 12 damage.
Whew, man. Tell me how you end
That's
this zombie. What does it look like when you cast this?
so she says that line, she stomps her foot, and when she does, it's like, I guess the best way to describe it would kind of be like, when there's like a really deep like bass boost to the point where it's like muffled, like it's
Yeah.
not really a sound anymore.
Yeah.
I think something like that kind of like out from her and like kind of sends the dust for a moment and like the dust scattering from her. And I think it just crumbles to the ground. I think it's like there's that moment and there's like a second kind of like where the silence is really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then just very anticlimactically it just falls.
Nice. It doesn't even like
And she's just standing there. Just goes. Like the life is gone.
It was.
I imagine because Rue was next.
Yeah.
I was going to say, since Rue was next up in order, He was like just about to pull like another spinny slashing move, and all of a sudden it just falls apart in front of him. He's like, oh.
Yeah. And Rue, you would have heard this dark, vibratory, tolling, nowhere near the volume that the zombie did, of course, but you heard it. And it felt like it came through the floor from somewhere behind you and went up through the zombie. And it didn't even have a chance to react to the psychic, just excruciating pain it was enjoying. It just blew apart. And that silences the room. Gears, roll perception.
Yes, sir. Ooh, that's a nice roll. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Hang on, let me find my spot here. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, so you hear like muffled, almost like muffled voices on the other side of the doors. It got just when the zombies stopped, I think, everybody's like trying to catch their breath, and it just went like deathly silent. And you're sure you hear some kind of muffled voices.
This is at the door at the end of this room.
Yes. Straight ahead.
Julie's angry, so she's going to open the door.
Okay. So
she's looking for a fight now.
Right, yeah, you got all up there and then dead. Yeah. So you try to open the door and it does not open. It isn't locked, but it ain't open. If you pull on it, push it, it feels like something it's like barred. Like, you could, whatever operates the door can turn freely, but something is keeping the door from it.
I'm going to scream and kick the door.
Okay.
Gears, can you open this thing?
Are you trying to bash it down with your kick?
No, it was a kick of frustration.
Okay. Yeah.
Just anger. If it opens the door, great.
You can roll a strength check if you wish, if you're really trying to open the door.
Well, hell, why not? She's kicking in anger. That's a 19.
Whoa.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
She's really angry right now.
Don't make for Julie angry.
So let me just scroll a little bit here. Okay. So, did I mention also around the door, as you get up there with the torches, and Fragile like loses her shit for a minute, that there's this really cool stone carving in the wall of this giant dragon. But it's not any ordinary dragon. It's a dragon that has multiple heads. And it's beautifully carved in this wall. And again, the color is all faded and so forth, but you could tell like each one of the heads is a different color. All 5 colors are represented. And that's what's kind of carved around this door. But when you're fighting off zombies and it's dark and scary, you didn't really pick all that up. But as Fragile kicks the door in, she opens the door and you see a room behind it. It's lit with torches, and in the center of the room stands a wiry human in a dark cloak, and he's got some kind of a tabard with maybe some symbolism on it of some kind. And he looks, and his eyes just flare with rage and anger and confusion, and he's like sweating profusely. And also in the room, you see 6 of those creatures that you dealt with up top. The room is octagonal, about 40 feet across. There are 2 sets of 2 openings on each side, like at the corners of the octagon, that, like doorways or something that go out. And there's another door with it's like embossed with the image of this red dragon that's uprearing like it's going to attack, and the dragon has this amulet on in the imagery, but the center piece is like missing from the amulet. And so you have this person, and he has a dagger, and he turns, and he just screams, "No!" and he rushes you. I'm going to have everyone roll initiative. For the love of goodness.
Oh, that's more like me.
25 to 20. 20 to 15.
Oh, sorry, I'm at a 20.
Okay.
Yours is at 15.
Anyone above 15? Okay, 15 to 10.
13.
Sorry, I got to check that. She got 19.
Would you say, Rue, 13?
Yes.
Calavera and Al, where are you two in your initiative rolls? How'd you do?
7.
Calavera?
I'm not going. That's a nat 1.
Okay.
Hard pass.
That's more like me.
Nice. Okay.
But
Yeah,
she falls
so-
on her butt.
You've got
It's
this.
fun. I'm
They
busy.
flip flop.
You guys got this.
You've
I
got
have a
this
game to look at.
scene in front of you, and it's this guy just like loses his and there's bones all over the floor. Again, there's those open exits with stairs kind of spaced at the corners of the octagon. You have this embossed image, on the door at the far side of the room with the amulet with the center missing, and this guy just rushes at you with a dagger clenched, kind of pointing at you. And again, more mosaics around on the walls. Except this time it's not as faded. It's all beautifully decorated. It's more preserved. You're not sure why. And for Geely, you are up. You're in the doorway. You've just kicked it open. You have your full range of movement actions. The dude with the dagger is kind of at 3 o'clock between the two doorways or stairways on the right, kind of in the center of that wall, coming at you.
Are there any zombies within 5 feet of him?
No, there is a like a little dragon humanoid, like what you were fighting upstairs. There's 6 of those. 3 of them are around the dude,
Those.
and 3 are on the other side of the room, and they're all facing you, like
All right. I'm charging straight at him, and I'm going to be attempting to green flame blade him.
Okay.
So that is a 24 versus AC,
All right. Let me check here.
and
Okay, that
the
hits.
fact that he said checking,
Yeah, that hits.
that is going to be 6 points of piercing damage, and any one of those 3 creatures that are next to him are going to take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay. Is it just one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And was I able to tell which one it hit? Because I want to.
It's the one that's closest to you,
One.
kind of between you and him. He's got one like at his 6 and his 12 and his 9, and it's the 6 o'clock one. If you're looking at him. Like if he's the center of the clock face.
And quick perception-ish type check. Didn't we see a sketch of oh dadgummit, I forgot his name.
Spurnick?
Spurnick. Does this look like him at all?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
Except he looks a little more crazed
All right.
than you might have expected. Like he just looks stressed. He looks pretty young. Maybe not even 20. Yeah. Roll me perception.
Well, for Julie's whole purpose right now is to bring him some peace.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, what you're doing there. Hit me with a perception.
Perception is +0, so 14.
Okay. Yeah, so you can see on his tabard the imagery, the Cult of the Dragon emblazoned on his tabard, like embroidered in. Yeah. And I'm gonna
All right.
I'm gonna drop that image into the Discord. I didn't have it loaded in the Streamlabs, so I don't have it for the audience, but I do have it for you all. So, and I just dropped, gosh darn it, just dropped it in the Discord. Okay, that's kind of emblazoned, embroidered into the chest of his tabard. Is that your entire turn?
Yes.
How much damage was your green flame blade to Spurnick?
Oh my gosh, I forget. I thought it was 8.
Okay. All right. Very good. Ronvin, you're up. You basically just saw this scene unfold with Fragile, hitting Spurnick. That all of you recognize. This is the guy that was in the caricature of the drawing.
How far is this whole commotion away from me?
He's like 20 feet to your 2 o'clock.
Is there any kind of stone or heavy stuff up to 5 pounds around me on the floor?
There's just bones and
maybe
random.
Something that fell down?
Nah, there's just kind of bones and stuff.
Anything that's between 1 and 5 pounds?
Just bones, if you want to throw a bone at him or whatever. Yeah. I don't even. They're not
Well,
really
it
that
just
heavy.
needs to be between 1 and 5 pounds.
Yeah, they're not. No, there isn't. There's nothing that heavy there.
Let's see what I got in my backpack. Oh yeah, I am. Will you let me use a bonus action to take something out of my pack?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so she's gonna get her crowbar out of her pack because we gotta keep
Nice.
with the crowbar.
Yeah.
And she's gonna use catapult to shoot it in a straight line, straight at Spurnick, and he has to make a DC 13 dexterity throw to avoid it.
Okay.
Else it's gonna take damage.
All right. Let me. Kind of wishing I'd have printed some of this out the way it's laid out. You said Dex. He's got a 19.
13.
Yeah, he's got a 19.
Oh.
So he's gonna sidestep it and curse at you. In a line.
So it's gonna keep going. Does it hit anything else on the way?
It's gonna clatter against the wall.
It goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping there was somebody behind him because it's 90 feet.
Yeah, the angle you have, there's one directly behind him, like at his 12, and one at his 6, and one at his 9, and you went like right through him at his 2 behind him. So no, it just clatters against the wall.
That would have been 3d8 damage, just once. One day I'm gonna hit. All
That would
right,
have been really cool.
that's all she can do.
Okay.
Guys, remind me to get my crowbar back.
Gears.
Did she throw a crowbar?
Yeah, she catapulted it.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember. Are we supposed to get this guy back alive? Or was dead okay? Uh-huh.
Preferred alive.
Alright.
I probably didn't think he was surrounded by zombies, though.
Well, this one's surrounded by little dragon men. Gears is going to attack Spurnick, but instead of pulling the blades, they're going to go hand to hand with fists
Okay.
to try and knock him out.
Okay.
So we're going for non-lethal.
Yep.
All right. First punch will be a 21.
That is a hit. He's in leather armor. Under, you can feel the stiff leather when you hit him, but you're able to definitely inflict damage.
We're going for a tap to the head, so that's 5 damage straight up.
Okay.
And the second roundhouse will come around and hit him, hopefully, is 20. Natural 20. So
That's a hit.
That's a total of 10 damage.
Total of 10 damage. Okay.
So that's 15 bludgeoning to Spurnick. Trying to knock him out.
Okay. Yeah. You definitely, his head jerks and he kind
Metal fist.
of shakes his. Darn it. He kind of shakes his head, like kind of rid himself of the cobwebs. He's like, oh Yeah, ow. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. The 6 dragon dudes. 2 are going to come to Fragile. Let me get back to my page. So many things open right now. It's very exciting. There it is. Okay. So these little guys are wielding... Where is it? Daggers. So taking a swing at Fragile. How about a 19?
Yeah, that's gonna make contact.
All right, so you're going to take 3 piercing. And then another one is with you. He's going to get advantage because of pack tactics. 13.
That's miss.
Okay. One is in melee with Gears. The one Gears hit, I know that's a miss for a fact. Another one is the other 3 across the room are going to throw sling stones at Gears. Does a 20 hit? Dirty 20?
Yes, it does.
That is 3 bludgeoning. I'm guessing a 10 misses. And another 10. Okay, so a couple of stones come over your way. And those are coming from the 3 across the room. So there's basically 3 in melee with Fragile and Gears. And there are 3 across the room firing sling stones at the group where Spurnick is. Rue, you are up.
I would like to go after the ones that are on Fragile.
Okay.
Can I flank one of them?
Yeah, you could put one between you and Fragile. You have ample movement.
Yeah. I will go after that with my short sword first.
So you may attack with advantage for flanking.
Yep. That is a 22.
That is sufficient.
Yeah, 22 to hit.
Okay. Roll your damage.
So that is max damage for
Sweet.
9 plus, so that's 13 points of damage on that one.
Okay. That's gone. That's big time down. You just ran it through and kind of put your boot on it and pull the sword out. It just drops.
Then I'd like to spin around to the other side of the other one.
Yep.
Can I flank that one as well?
It took all your movement to
Dagger?
get. Yeah, it took all your movement to flank the
Okay.
one. Yeah. But you can attack it.
Okay. Well, that is a 16 to hit that one with my dagger.
That'll do it.
And that is 2 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, so you open up a gash on it, and it squeaks and spits at you. An unintelligible croaking, probably not saying particularly kind things. Anything else you'd like to do that was movement and action? Do you have a bonus? Oh, that was movement action and bonus action, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
So you're good. All right, very nice. Al, you're up.
So Spurnick is what, out cold, or is he still...
No, he's standing toe to toe with Gears.
Okay. I am going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Spurnick, using my last portent die.
Okay.
To ensure that he fails. It's a concentration spell that lasts up to a minute, that as long as he doesn't take damage, he is incapacitated for the duration.
Okay, so I was reading a thing here. Can you hit me with the? I have a save to make. Correct.
It's going to be a wisdom saving throw, DC 13, but I'm going to give him my last portent die, which is a 1.
Okay, that will save me the trouble. Very nice. Okay, so what's the effect of the spell? Sorry, I was looking to my next move when you were describing what you were doing. I apologize.
A creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits and laughter if this spell affects it. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration.
Okay.
So as long as, and that's as long as he doesn't take damage. He doesn't get to roll like a save at the end of any of his turns. He's out just laughing his ass off.
Okay, he collapses and bursts into gales of laughter. And he's prone. He drops his dagger. And he's just laughing uncontrollably. And the little dragon dudes are like, you know, shocked, stunned. Like, what the heck is he doing? Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm good.
They're like yelling at him to get up and calling him all sorts of names. And like dragon shit. And idiot and scum. Little, what are you doing? You know, they're just screaming at him. It is his move, and he can't do anything, right? He's just going to lay there and laugh. How long does this last? Did you say a minute?
A minute.
And there's no save at the end of his turn? That is a wicked spell.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. All right, let's see how it's going to be. Very nice. Good job. Well played. Okay, first character to die is the mage. All right. Calavera, it's your turn.
Oh no, hold on. At the of its turns and each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, so he does get one at the end of his turn.
If it's his turn,
okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I thought he didn't.
Yep.
So it's gonna be 13 DC.
Doesn't matter. I can't make a saving throw this evening. It's not permitted. Go ahead, Calavera.
The thing that I asked, would I be able to do that?
The thing that you asked. Did you ask me a thing somewhere?
I sent you something in Zoom.
Okay, I
can ask out loud if
I'll have to go look at it. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Well, I mean, he'd have to be at 0 for that to work, because that's how it works. But yeah. But you can use it on anybody. Was that your question? Like, who can you use it on?
Okay. Yeah. Because at this point, we're supposed to bring him in alive, preferably.
Right. I get what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so Calavera is gonna kind of step to the side, so she's like out of the fray of everything that's going on, and she is going to use her action to prepare a cast of Spare the Dying. So, should someone do a hit that would take Spurnick to 0, he will instead be stabilized.
Yeah, but none of you know that. Like, none of you would know that that's what she's doing. So.
And that's going to be my turn.
She just kind of steps aside and looks like she goes into some kind of focus, you know, maybe praying or focusing in upon herself. Fragile, you're up. There are 5 of these little dragon men, and the dude that's laughing.
I'm trying to figure out how to play this out because I'm really, really, really displeased with this guy. Because in my brain right now, he's the reason for those undead that were out there also. And they're an affront to the Raven Queen. So I'm not sure what kind of a check I would have to make to realize that he's on the ground laughing because of something that one of my colleagues did, because I've never seen the spell before.
Well, why don't we back up to
enraged.
Yeah, why don't we back up to Eldritch and describe for us what it looks like when you cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter? Can we even tell you've cast it?
I mean, there is a verbal and semantic, so you would have known I cast something, and then just kind of a 2+2 situation probably. Right. I did something a second later. This thing starts laughing, and if we can go back, I'll even have Al say, leave that man alone while he laughs. Let him suffer the pain of eternal torment. Yeah. And this way, you know.
Yeah, I would. That would be fine. I would say I was going to have you roll a perception, a pretty low perception, just to see if you noticed that, you know, the wizard did something, said something, and then immediately the guy collapses. But I think you can put 2 and 2 together.
So she's gonna scream in rage, and she's actually gonna shoot like daggers at Algeron too. Just she's really frustrated because she went to kill a zombie and Calavera killed in on her. I think it was Calavera. And then thought she was gonna smite the one that she thinks created him, and now she's been thwarted again. So she's gonna go take it out on the kobolds.
Yeah, there's one close by, and then there's 3 across the room.
She's gonna go with the 3 across the room.
Okay, actually,
So
there's
that other one gets a hit.
okay. There's actually 2 close by, but yeah, you can make your way across, and you would have to deal with an attack of opportunity from the one with the dagger nearby.
That's fine.
That's an 8, so I'm guessing that does not hit.
Okay,
so.
she's gonna green flame blade 2 of the kobolds that are next to each other.
Yeah, there are 2 that are standing near the steps on the west wall, the furthest back set of steps. There's 2 kind of right there, and then there's 1 in front of the other set of steps. So you could green flame blade one of those, and it would get the other one as well.
All right, so it's 1 die. That's a 14 versus AC.
That's a hit.
So the one that I hit is going to take for 9 points of piercing damage.
It's canceled. It's down.
And the other one's going to take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, and it's like trying to put itself on. I'm like, ah! Very good. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. That was Fragile. Ronvin, what would you like to do?
All right. What does Ronvin exactly see?
So you just saw Fragile.
Aside from that, she missed with the crowbar.
Right. You saw Fragile go across the room to the 2 furthest away kobolds and run one through with like this greenish flamed blade, and then the other one kind of burst into flames. There's an untouched one immediately to your left, closer, same side of the room, left side of the room, and then there's 2 over by Gears. You see Spurnick laying on the floor, laughing just hysterically, and I presume Al is probably just standing there, gloating over Spurnick.
All right. So she's gonna reach for her crossbow, and she's gonna go for the unhurt one that we haven't touched yet.
Okay. The one on the left that isn't with Gears and Spurnick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That would be a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
And it is 10 piercing damage.
Nice. So what does it look like when you end this little kobold with your crossbow?
She probably, just is grumbling about her crowbar. And then she takes aim. She doesn't even really look and just shoots him, and it kind of just hits him in the middle of the snout, and she's not even looking at it because she's still PO'd that she missed with that crowbar.
Gotcha. Okay. So it goes down. So there's 1 on the left and then 2 over by Gears. It is Gears' turn. You have 2 of these little dragon men in front of you. One has been injured by some fire from the green flame blade earlier. The other is unharmed.
All right. So Gears is going to take the opportunity to stomp on the one that got with his foot on the one that got burned.
Okay.
So it's an unarmed attack. That's 16 plus 6 is 22.
That'll work.
And that deals 5 points of damage.
And how do you... So you stomped on it, yeah, and you just snap... You hear bone crushing, and it just... And the other one's eyes just get really big.
And the other one, they're going to take a swing at with a big ham-sized steel fist. That is 16 again plus 6. That hits a straight 5 damage.
Okay. And this one crumples and falls as well. And again, you hear a similar crunching. You just separate its bottom jaw sideways across and snap its head, and it drops. And there's just one left back there by Fragile. Anything else you'd like to do, Gears?
Move toward the one that's on Fragile.
Okay. That one's going to step up Fragile. That's the one that you got on fire a little bit with your green flame blade, and it's going to take a swing at you with a dagger. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay. It is Rue's turn.
I would like to drop my 2 blades and pull the rope off the side of my pack and go and try to start tying up Spurn.
Okay. He's incapacitated with laughter, so I don't think you're going to have any trouble doing this, really. He's going to be kind of a pain because he's moving around and laughing, but he's mentally oblivious to what you're doing. So you're able to tie him up, I'm assuming, like hands behind his back or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Very well. You're able to do that. No problem. I would say that it's going to consume your movement and your action just because he's wiggling around and you got to fish your rope out and all that. But yeah, you're able to do that without any problem. Al, you just witnessed Rue tie Spurnick, who continues to laugh. What would you like to do?
And what? There's just one kobold left.
Over on Fragile, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit me with my other spell, Ray of Frost.
My other spell.
It's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That'll do it.
And it's gonna be 4 damage.
Yeah. So it just kind of crystallizes and topples over in front of you, Fragile. And aside from the laughter of Spurnick and the heavy breathing of everyone, their adrenaline's pumping. It's pretty quiet aside from those sounds. We'll drop out of initiative at this point. What would you like to do?
Gag him.
I mean, hold on. If he's tied up, I'm gonna kick him in the head.
Oh.
For the whole thing with the books.
Fragile approves.
Oh.
And as doing that, I guess that would be the damage to kind of break the spell.
Oh, man, guys. Okay.
Imagine him like kicking it. This is for the books.
Right.
I mean, he's a wizard, so he's not a Navy SEAL. He's not like going to town on this dude.
Well, he thinks he is, but it's more like a light.
Yeah.
With the slippers.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah, so he kind of comes to and he looks around and he's bound and he's like, Who the heck are you people? What are you doing here? You can't be here.
I'm getting my crowbar back.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of turn and look at Fragile. You had anger. Now is your time to please your queen, and I'm gonna step out of the way.
I'm looking around the room.
No, we said we would bring him back.
Can we search him for shiny first? I still gotta find the right color for gears.
But I am going to gag him with remnants of the clothes that were on the zombies out in the front room.
Okay. He's like trying to fight. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Let me go. Just forget you saw me here. Just go. You don't belong here. Yeah, and he's like, con save and vomits. I have not made but one saving throw this evening, and it was on a thing that couldn't move anyway.
Well, good. I'm just going to let it drip down and he can sit in his own vomit.
Okay. Yeah, he's clearly looking at all of you. He's panic stricken. His blood has run from his face. Very much looks like a defeated person.
Yeah, no plan. The certain multi-headed, multicolored dragon on the wall. would it be a multi-headed, multicolored dragon that lots of people may have heard of?
Why don't you roll religion? The one that was kind of framed around the doorway that Fragile kicked in? The one that was carved in stone and painted and all that? Yeah, roll me a religion check, please.
It's going to be 14.
That would be the one. That would be the one. If it's who I think you're referring to, yeah. Starts with a T, ends with a T, lives in hell. Give me a T. Give me an I. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very tyrannical, you might say.
I
Yes.
don't know if lives in hell's right.
Well,
I think she's kind of in prison.
been banished,
down
yeah.
there.
Been banished, yes.
That's where her mail goes.
This guy this guy starts like sobbing inconsolably. And he's like trying to, he's.
Right. Ronvin is going to try and search him without getting any vomit on herself.
Okay.
Making sure he's nothing hidden in the rope that he can get us with.
He tries to get away from, like trying to keep you from searching. And you find these, there's a green one and a black. There are these items that are like almost like puzzle pieces or something. They're shaped kind of strangely, differently from one another. That's what you have. You find also on him, where is it? Hang on. Let's see.
Did they fit in that thing that we saw when we walked in, where like part of that amulet thingy in the wall is missing?
You don't know. He has a very nice clear gem. You would recognize it, Ronvin, as a clear topaz. It's worth 30 gold. And he also has a beautifully silvered scimitar. He has a pack.
Silver?
Yeah. He has a pack, like a backpack, a large backpack. If you toss that, you find two very large, well, not very large, but two thick, ancient-looking tomes.
Those I hand them straight over to Al, like.
Okay. And a very
Al's
nice
gonna
ring.
Take the books and give him a good look.
Okay. And he also has a very nice ring on his finger. Gold. It has like fashioned in it. Looks like flames, almost. Like the image of flames are fashioned, like the ring itself has been fashioned into flames on the front, the part that's showing. The books. They are both books about the Dragonspine Mountains and dragons, the history of dragons, stuff like that here in the area. Yeah, that's what you got in the books. He also has a journal in his pack. And his eyes are just like, as you're rooting through and you're pulling these things out, like everything you pull out just upsets him more than the last thing that you pull out. He's just like losing his mind.
So if I would use identify as a ritual spell, what would that mean?
Takes about 10 minutes. And you could identify anything magical. I want to see something real quick with that.
Because I know I have the spell, but I can also cast it as a ritual because I'm of the artificer.
It'll take 11 minutes, and then if you have ritual casting, it will burn a spell slot. The penalty is the extra 10 minutes of time.
No, so I might as well just use the spell.
No, it won't burn a spell slot.
I mean, we're not really going anywhere.
If you ritual cast it, it will not burn a spell slot. That's the point of ritual casting. So it'll take 11 minutes per casting, and you get one object that you can identify per casting. That's what I was looking up to see if it was like a duration, and you could look at other objects, but it's a single use basically.
Yeah. So I could identify the scimitar and the ring, but it would take me 22 minutes. Because it's after another 2 rituals, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So Rue did get hurt on some point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see he's breathing heavily. His face looks probably a little battered.
So she says, I want to identify these two, but she walks over and then she's gonna cast Cure Wounds.
No.
No.
Gears has lost about a third of their hit points rather, but they're not exactly falling around.
Okay.
They're okay.
I think. Well, everyone's just kind of digging and poking around at stuff. I think Calavera just wants to take the guy out of the room while they're all doing that. I don't know. I don't think she feels comfortable with how mean everyone's being right now.
Do we lose video feed?
Yeah, it'll pop back on. Every time I stream, it goes down for 20 seconds and comes back on. Still no idea why. So you're going to take Spurnick back into
the next room over, yeah.
The largest room? Okay. Because you do have the 4 sets of stairs. There's 2 on the right wall, kind of in the corner of the octagon, and 2 on the left wall. And then you have that big door that has the red dragon emblazoned on it with the amulet, with the center of the amulet missing.
Yeah, Rue has not been participating in like the looting or anything. He just kind of backed away once he tied up Spurnick and has been just kind of on watch. And if Calavera goes to take Spurnick out of the room, I'll go with her.
Okay. Yeah, so you two can maybe get him on his feet. He's got a nasty bruise, on his kind of cheekbone where Gears swung at him. That bruise is kind of spread. It looks, it's a little swollen, but he's with it. But he is absolutely beside himself. He's just inconsolable. What else is everyone doing while Ronvin is casting her 2 ritual spells to identify the ring and the scimitar?
Gears will run a circuit of the room, searching for anything of interest, secret doors, examining any doors that are already in place, see if there's anything happening behind them.
Okay.
Yeah, Runman would have definitely shared those 2 pieces that are funnily shaped. Like, anything like this? Look.
Okay.
Before she did anything else, so they can look for it.
Okay. Roll investigation for me, please, Gears. Go ahead, Al.
I was going to go look at the doorway with whatever the thing is that's missing.
Okay. Yeah, so what you have, again, is this beautifully artisaned embossing. So it's giving you this kind of this relief, topographical feel of this red dragon. And it's kind of reared up like it's going to, release a breath weapon, or maybe it's inhaling. And the dragon's wearing an amulet. And in the center, there's supposed to be something in the center of that amulet. And it's, it's 3-dimensional. It's a depression that something probably fits into, and geometric, and it's not there. Whatever fits in there is not in there.
And if Ronvin showed us the thing she found in Spurnick to everybody who was still in the room, to somebody who's seen what Ronvin has and then the hole in the wall, would it look like they go together?
Roll an intelligence roll. Gears, I'm coming back to you in a sec here, bud, with your perception. or investigation, whatever it was.
You want modifier or just a straight up roll?
Oh yeah, add your intelligence modifier. Yep.
12.
Yeah, so I mean, if you look at the green and the black thing, they do seem geometrical in nature, but they're not going to fill the missing space. Like, there isn't enough what you have there. So if they did go in there, you don't have enough to completely fill the space the volume that's missing. So you're not sure, you're like, man, I don't know if these go in here or not, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Gears, how did you make out with your, what was it, investigation, I think? Or perception? You were searching for
11.
secret doors
Yes,
and
that
things?
Yeah, you said investigation, so
Yeah.
I rolled an 11.
11. Yeah, so you're looking around, feeling walls, looking for cracks, and you don't seem to see anything other than what I've described. There's kind of, stairwell A on the, close, the southwest side. Northwest side is stairwell B, stairwell C is the northeast side, and stairwell D would be the southeast side. And beyond that, there's some bones and things laying around. I guess the interesting thing about the door, since you're right up there, Al, checking it out, is it's actually made of hammered red metal. So it's not a wooden door. So the embossing is actually hammered into the metal. Ronvin, you've cast Identify on the first item. We'll just say the Scimitar. So you spend some time with it, and you look at it, turn it over. It's a beautifully crafted scimitar. As an artificer, it's you can see that it was made well. You're not a weaponsmith, but you know good work when you see it. And it's been silvered, and it does have an enchantment property to it. The blade has been enchanted. It's not like vibrating and overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, but it's definitely has a solid enchantment aura to it, kind of whatever glow you get for the School of Enchantment. So the scimitar is enchanted.
It does say unlearn what the spells are.
Oh, that's right. You get all the properties and everything, don't you? Yeah. So it's a scimitar +1.
That in there.
And then you again you refocus yourself, and you cast Identify ritually again. And it is a ring of, where the heck is it? Fire resistance, I believe. Where is it? Yes, ring of fire resistance. So you have resistance, which is half damage whenever you wear the ring, whoever wears the ring. Half fire damage.
Right.
Calavera and Rue, you've escorted Spurnick back into the large dark hall. You step over the frozen body of one zombie and the decapitated, mangled corpse of another. And he looks down and is like in shock when he sees them. He looks at you and he looks around. And he just goes quiet, and just, you've never seen a sadder sight in your life than this man's demeanor.
So I think I lead him as far as to the stairs outside, like not going up the stairs, but stopped there, I guess.
Right.
Or do we
I
want to
would-
stop closer?
I would probably stop you before we get that far.
Okay.
Let's not get too far from the others.
That is probably a good idea. And then I'll go and I'll let him sit against the wall,
Okay.
and then Calavera goes and she starts untying the gag that Frigili made.
Okay.
And
Wait,
as she's
sorry,
doing,
where in the big room are we stopped?
wherever it is that you stopped us, so probably not too far away from the others, but like up against one of the walls.
Okay.
You could go like to either the left or the right of the door and
Okay.
lean up against the wall right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she'll
If she
like
doesn't go too far from the door. Sorry.
yeah. No, you go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say I'm gonna kind of stand where I can see her and into the other room a little
Yeah.
bit. Just keep an eye on both.
And yeah, Calavera will undo this disgusting gag that Frigili made, and as she does very quietly tells him, "I would advise not to try being too loud, just because you probably don't want the others to hear that this is off."
He whispers, "I can give you a gem worth a king's ransom if you let me go. Please."
I don't know how much
Just
a king's
forget-
ransom is.
It's a lot. Forget you saw me here. Just go. I can't. They'll kill me if I fail. Please, I'm begging you.
Can you tell me what it is that you're doing?
All right, so we stole the stupid books. Is this about the books?
It is about the books, actually, and also the fact that you killed the person. It's mostly about that, unless you ask the wizard in there. Then it's about the books.
I didn't kill anybody. That was Tybeen. I didn't kill anybody. I ran away. Tybeen
And
fought the guard.
it doesn't seem to matter to the guard.
Well, but I didn't kill anybody. I didn't tell him to do that. That was stupid. Look, they're gonna kill me anyway. He kind of looks down. They're gonna kill me.
Would you like a choice in how you die?
I don't want to die. Where are the keys? Do you have the keys? Did you take the keys?
I
I
don't.
saw you pull the keys out. There's a green key and a black key. What did you do with them?
She just kind of gestures back to the room.
So you're not going to let me go? You're not taking me back to Flan, are you? They'll probably want to kill me too.
Well, I know definitely the guard back at Dagger Falls does.
Flan. Dagger Falls. My apologies. Okay. You just have to let me go. It's my only chance to survive this.
Why?
Because they're going to kill me when they find out I've failed.
Can I roll an insight check? Does he genuinely seem
Genuine?
like is he I guess like I don't know what the word is I'm looking for.
Sincere?
Is he like acting this up or something, or is this like a genuine fear?
Like, does he feel remorseful is the word I was looking for.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and roll insight.
Can I do that too?
Sure. You're watching him closely, looking at his eyes.
Got a natural 20.
Nat 20.
Well, I got a 15.
Okay. Rue, you have no doubt in your mind this dude is, seconds away from losing all bodily control of his, all control of all of his bodily functions. This guy is absolutely terrified of whatever or whomever he's referring to. He is terrified. He's
but
very
not of going back to Dagger Falls. He's terrified of something here.
He's terrified that someone's going to kill him for failing. He keeps, he's said that like 3-4 times. Like they're going to kill me when they find out. Over and over. He's like, trying to wipe his eyes and compose himself, and then he goes back into hysterics. He's like sweating profusely, looking around. He's just beside himself.
Can I, Calavera asks him, can I ask a few questions?
I mean, I'm tied up. Do whatever you want, I guess.
Are you the one who made those? And she points down at the closest body without looking at it.
No.
Did you make that?
No. I'd never seen those. I mean, they're obviously zombies or whatever, but I didn't make them or whatever you do to the zombies. He knows what they are, but yeah. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't do that. That's terrible.
Well, that saves you from one of the others. A little bit, mostly.
Oh, okay.
What is it that you're trying to do?
Oh, okay.
If you answer well, then maybe we'll help them. Or let you go, or help you not get killed by anyone. I haven't really decided yet.
So, okay. I'm a member of the Cult of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sent here with Tybeam. We came to recover a relic, a very special artifact. This is an old temple that used to be inhabited by these druid, dragon worshipping, I don't know, freak druids. And supposedly there's a relic here, and I was supposed to come get it. And then, take it back to the cult. Supposedly you can, I don't know, control or enslave dragons with this thing, and the cult wants it. That's why I'm here. The reason we went to Dagger Falls was to find this place, because we thought the library would have, what this place is, and we found it. And then we got caught, and I escaped as Tybeam was killing the guard. That wasn't, that wasn't the deal. That wasn't why we didn't come to hurt anybody.
You came to get the pieces so you could come here to get an artifact so you could control
dragons. So we could find this place. Yeah, we want this. The cult wants this relic.
And what does the cult want the relic for?
Controls dragons.
Why would you need to control a dragon?
I don't know for sure. I'm just a scribe and I don't know. I just said that was my job. Come get this relic and bring it back to us.
Are you a member of this cult?
Oh yeah. He kind of leans back and shows you the tabard. So you only have the green and black keys.
I don't know a single thing. I left the room.
Those green and black thing, that green and black thing, I saw somebody hold it up. There's 4 parts that you put together and it makes a key that opens this reliquary. It's all in my journal.
You know where the other parts are then?
Well, I only got the 2 parts. The kobolds got them. They went down in the rooms off the stairwells. And we got 2 of them. We haven't got the other 2 yet. Maybe you guys could help me. We'll get the relic and then we can get out of here. How would that be?
He just kind of nods for a second, looks over at Rue. Looks back at Spurnick. I have another question.
Okay.
Why do you think that we shouldn't let you die?
Because I don't want to die. I didn't hurt you. You came here after me. I didn't do anything to you. Just, can you imagine how powerful this will be if we get this relic and you can be with us and help us? Can you imagine?
Help you do what?
Whatever they want to do. I don't know. I mean, if you controlled a dragon, what would you do? He seems like really desperate. But he's still very much panic-stricken and horrified and mortified. But it's like he's trying to talk you into something or talk his way out of here. But his emotions are just... he didn't roll well on his persuasion. His emotions are,
I think... Calavera is going to reach down, and she's going to rip off a strip from the bottom of her skirt. And she's going to lean in and use that to re-gag him.
his eyes get really big, and he's wiggling around.
And as she does, she leans in, so she's close to his ear, and she just tells him, "No, you really. It's not that scary, not really. It'll be okay." And then she finishes the last knot and takes a step away, kind of looks over at Rue.
So as you look at Rue has been just kind of watching, but you get the sense that he's watching you just as much as the Sparnik, and he just kind of says, "I'll follow your lead."
Hey, am I taking a lead?
What do you want to do with them?
I don't know. I think having people who can control dragons would be dangerous, especially if we don't know what it is that they want them for. Because dragons are very powerful.
Agreed. It seems like if we just take him back to Dagger Falls and we have the keys, then the cult won't get the keys, they won't control the dragons. Problem solved?
Unless I go there for them, or I don't know, someone else gets the idea to use them, or I'm not really quite sure. There's a lot to think about. What would you do if you could control a dragon, though?
I would find someone I trust with that kind of power and ask them what to do.
That's actually that's a better answer than what I had. Because I have no idea.
And I think when he says that, Rue actually looks down at the floor.
We should probably stop the others before they start looking for artifacts through doors and stuff, without knowing that they're looking for artifacts through doors with keys.
I look back through the door to see what the others are doing.
What are the others doing?
And what happens is you turn around, Fragile steps right between the two of you with a dagger in her hand. And she reaches down and grabs the tabard of Spurnik, and she starts cutting out the symbol of the dragon of the cult, and says loud enough, "Don't believe her, because if you don't die here, you're going to die in Dagger Falls. It's your choice. It could be now or later. But regardless, I'm going to dedicate every single ounce of your sorrow, from rather you sit here and do it, or rather I get to have the joy of watching you piss down your leg when they hang you.
Fragile.
I'm going to dedicate every last ounce of that emotion to the Raven Queen."
His eyes just get big. And he kind of just freezes. And he is
He's about to
petrified.
pee himself right now.
He's
That's
petrified.
what's gonna happen.
And he,
So, and
he tries to respond, but he can't, because he's gagged. But, yeah.
So, and I'm going to cut out that symbol of the cult, and I'm going to actually shove it into like a side pouch of mine until just so I remember to have a focus and not dedicate all of your sorrow and fear to the Raven Queen every single night that you remain alive.
He's just like he's looking at Rue and Calavera like, get her off me, kind of like, what's happening?
No, yeah, Calavera's gonna try to step between them the best that she can.
Well, you have to pull me off him because I'm like right on him. Like I've got him by the tabard.
I was like right there with him. Did you like push me out of the way?
I stepped right between you and Rue when you two were talking to each other after you'd stood up and you guys were having your little conversation.
Fragili, is this about them? And she like points down at the bodies again.
It's about everything.
Because he didn't make those.
I don't buy his whole story. You telling me he was in here all this time and he didn't know they were there? He didn't do anything to try and get rid of them?
Yes.
He just managed to somehow sneak his way through the zombies? I don't believe him for a second.
He's looking, back and forth, just petrified.
He's as much an abomination as they are.
Because they're undead. Right?
Yes.
That is what they are.
Yes, they are.
Nope.
And Calavera just kind of... There's just kind of a beat where Calavera goes like dead silent. And then she just slowly shakes her head, and that is not a reason to be cruel like this.
Cruel?
Yes.
There's a man dead back in Dagger Falls because of him. He was willing to subject an entire nation to the rule of dragons or something. I overheard as I was standing back here. No, I don't think gagging somebody and informing him of what his fate's probably going to be is cruel.
So if I were to shove some of that fabric into your mouth, that would not be cruel either.
Huh. No, it
Because
might
you-
be.
because
depending
you
on your
have enough-
standards.
Because you have not been also killing things on our way here.
Yeah, I killed things that needed killing because they would have killed me. He was willing to dig up some relics to create a power for other people to subjugate others. There's a big difference. I don't kill anything unless it interferes with my being alive. I don't go out and seek power for the sake of ruling and crushing others who might not agree with me.
I don't think I'm going to disagree with that, but the extra way that you've been treating him on top of all of this, I don't think that excuses it. I think that says a lot more about you than it does this situation. I don't think I like that.
Guess we all can't see eye to eye in the world, can we? And she's gonna walk back, turn around without saying anything else, and walk back towards Calavera, or not Calavera, Rue, and not Rue, the others.
Back in the other room?
Literally
Yes.
everyone else.
Like you, no you. You know what your name is.
Okay.
Put down the list. Who am I not angry at right now?
So Spurnick is there, kind of collapsed against the wall, completely forlorn, just sobbing quietly. What are the rest of you doing that are back in the room that you found Spurnick in?
Well, after identifying stuff, Ronrin is probably gonna walk around and see if there's any more shiny to find. She likes shiny.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation.
17.
Okay. Yeah, so you conduct a thorough search. You know, there's bones and kind of general debris, but you don't find anything. Just the 4 stairwells and the metal embossed door in the north end of the chamber.
And the kobolds didn't have anything either.
No.
Poor kobolds. Nothing. That's kind of sad.
All right, so what would y'all like to do?
And then she turns around and looks at Gears, and she's like, because we had 2 blue stones, and now I found a clear stone. Did we have any other colors of gems? He's thinking very hard.
As always, Fragili's only interested in garnets and rubies.
Yep, nothing red. All right, so she's gonna look at Gear, and she's gonna say, well, we could do 1 clear one in the middle of the chest, or we could do 2 blue ones, each on your shoulders. Start thinking. I'll ask you again. And she puts it away.
Dave, you're muted.
At which point, Gears just turns and starts moving toward one of the stairways going down.
Okay.
To see if there's a fate worse than being decorated with glitter and blue.
Bling and things. Okay.
I get it. I'll make the decision.
So the metal door is at the north end of this octagonal room. Okay, and it takes up most of that wall. Then you have angled walls and then the side walls, and at each of the corners on the side walls are where these stairwells are. A is the southwest, B is the northwest, C is the northeast, D is the southeast. Which one would you like to check out there, Gears?
Southwest.
Southwest. Okay, so the bottom left. All right, so you stand at the top of the stairs. Are you going down in there?
Is there any identifying traits around the entryway, or is it just, are they all the same?
So the stairs themselves, you look down in there. They're stone stairs. They go down about 10, 15 feet. And you look down in there and you see this knee-deep-ish looking white mist. It's a 20 by 20 chamber. The walls are of the same kind of gray stone as the rest of the complex. But there's this really interesting pattern of glossy white and blue tiles. Maybe about this big, you know, like a hand width across the size of the tiles. On the south end of the room, so if you were to go down the stairs, you take a left, and on the the south end of the room, a short set of stairs kind of ascends out of this fog and goes to a raised dais. You see on the top of this rectangular altar that's carved from a single piece of white stone veined with gray. It's this beautiful altar top. And it looks like there's something like resting on top of the altar, and that's where this mist is like flowing out of, down the front of the altar, down the little steps, filling up the bottom of the room. But it doesn't come all the way up to the floor level of the bigger chamber.
But there's something on top of this altar.
Yeah. And it looks like maybe the mist itself that you see kind of swirling is emanating from that item that's on top of the altar, which is on top of a dais at the top of that little bit of stairs in there.
All right. Gears will start moving in, prodding ahead with the butt of the glaive, just to see if there's anything on the floor that they can't see, or if there's any pits or pitfalls or traps, and start moving toward that dais or altar with the item on top.
Okay. Yeah, so you get down into the mist, and it's very cold. Like bone chilling if you had bones. Go ahead.
When they start moving down the stairs there, I think I would turn to Fragile and Cal. I assume I can see what Gears is doing.
Sure.
'Cause I was looking back into the room.
Yep.
I'll turn back to Calavera and Fragile. Looks like we're moving on. I'm not sure why. We've got what we came for, right? Kind of gesture at Spranic. We should maybe go back and join up with the others and figure out what we're doing.
But we should also probably not leave him alone.
Yeah. I
Who
think we
knows
should
what
take
could
him.
happen to him. And
I think
she
we should.
very much does not look at Fragile.
Well, Fragile went
I'm
back
not
in the other
gonna kill
room.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not looking at him. It's fine.
Yeah, I did storm away, but she's not going to kill him.
Okay, so
Unless he tries to get away.
are Rue and Calavera coming back into the octagonal chamber with Spurnick, or are you staying out in the bigger room?
I
We
think
should
if
put him.
Calavera doesn't object, I'll go and pull Spurnick to his feet and take him back into the room.
Yeah, she'll follow along on the other side of Spurnick.
Okay.
Just to make sure that we definitely got a handle on this.
Okay, so you guys come back in.
Where is everybody going?
Again, Gears went
Why are
down.
we-
Gears went down one flight of stairs and went into that whatever's down there.
Oh no, she
Everybody-
was asking that out loud to everyone.
Right. Well, I was just saying everyone didn't go anywhere. Just Gears went down that stairwell. He's the only one that
Yeah.
left. Yeah.
Al's going to be standing, I guess, at the top of the stairs. Gears went down.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess kind of peering down the stairwell, just letting the big monstrosity go first and waiting to hear if anything happens.
Okay. So I'm going to resolve Gears then. So you're down in this 20 by 20 chamber. You kind of turn to your left. There's the stairs going up to the dais where the altar is. You're kind of poking around with your handle of your glaive. Is that correct?
Yep. Looking
Yeah.
for anything, traps, pitfalls, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so you move and you feel it bump into some things that are laying on the floor. You're not sure what they are. The mist is kind of swirling. You can't see. And you might even, kick into one as you're walking toward the stairs. They seem heavy items that are just like dead weight on the floor. A little.
Are they soft?
A little.
Soft heavy or hard heavy?
They're not hard like chunks of stone. They're not Nerf balls.
Right.
Yeah.
About as crunchy as a kobold was that I stepped on.
Roll me a. Are you like trying to determine that with your weapon or your foot?
Yep.
Yeah. Roll me investigation.
Give it a investigation.
Yeah.
Roll me a crunchy check.
Roll me a deceased kobold
7.
cadaver check. Yeah.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you feel like there's probably you're probably kicking or prodding a body, and it's not squishy, and it's not hard like a rock. Yeah.
So
Stiff.
they'll reach down and pick this thing up and take a look at how it died, if that's
Yeah.
discernible.
You can pick up a dead kobold, and it looks like it's been sliced like by a sword or something. Like it was in a sword fight. It's got slashing damage.
Any particular height or pattern? Does it look like a combat attack blade hit it, or something more even?
It just looks like it's been slashed across the kind of the waist or the top of the thighs, kind of the midsection.
All right. They will keep searching to see if there's anything maybe toss the kobold body further ahead, see if anything activates toward the altar.
Okay.
Prodding and poking,
Okay.
trying to see where this came from.
Yeah. So you have the stairs right there that go up to the dais where the altar is. Where are you throwing the kobold?
On the stairs. Let
Okay.
it fall. Let us see if it'll roll down a bit. Activate anything.
Got it. Yeah, you hear shushing and the sound of something sharp going through something not as sharp when the kobold lands on the stairs.
Okay. Is there a way to bypass the stairs to get
Roll
the
me-
thing that's on the altar?
Roll me a perception check.
All right. 17.
Okay. You're pretty confident that the weight of the kobold, when it landed on the bottom step there, activated some kind of blades that came out of a couple of steps above
Okay.
and sliced. So you're guessing that any kind of weight on that bottom step and those blades are coming out and slicing.
All right. They will test that theory then by taking the butt of the glaive and pressing hard down on that first step.
Yeah.
and
Sure
observe
enough.
What happens.
Shashing, and you can't really see the blades because the mist is, high enough that it's obscuring it. But you feel them hit the glaive. In fact, roll a saving throw for your glaive.
Oh no.
What?
A glaving throw. Natural 20.
A glaving throw. Okay, yeah. So you pull back the glaive, and it's got a notch out of it. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of a super sharp blades that are slicing out when any weight is applied to that.
Awesome. First step. Poke at the second step and see what happens.
Same process. You poke and put your weight on it, and nothing happens.
Okay. So what gears will do is they'll step up over that first step up to the altar
Okay.
and retrieve that thing that's on the altar.
Yeah, you can do that. You're tall enough, you can lean up and put your hand on it, and you pull it down, and it's a white geometric. Looks like it's made of the same metal that the green and black are. It's in a different shape. And you can pull it off of there. And when you do so, it actually it quits releasing that icy mist. But that thing is cold in your hand. It's cold.
All right. They'll avoid the bottom step again and move up, back out of the room and into the main area
Okay.
with this freezing block of white metal in their hand.
Yep.
This trailing vapor.
Okay.
Another block. You just see gears. They're covered in a white rime of frost, and this block of white metal is sort of freezing up a bit of their hand as well. Do we need these?
Yeah, definitely a cooler choice than the clear gem.
No gems.
We should.
Anyone want this?
No, we should probably leave it where it is.
They'll set it on the floor.
Thank you.
Does it look like a different version of the same thing that we found on Spurnick? Okay, so we're
Yeah.
getting all
Looks like
color-coded
it
here.
belongs with the green and black. Again, it's a different shape, but they look like puzzle pieces that if you fiddled with them long enough, you could probably, figure out how they go together.
Yeah. Go on.
That would give us 3 now, judging by like what we've seen of the kind of bevel in the metal wall. and the 3 pieces, would it be safe to assume that half of the hole would be filled by these 3 pieces now?
It would be safe to assume that 3/4 of the hole would be filled.
Oh, okay.
Volume-wise,
Better.
yeah. Yep.
Oh, so Calavera looks over at Rue, and she's like, we should probably not be doing any of this, right?
Yeah, I look at Al. Why are we collecting these things?
Well, we didn't tell them about the probably dangerous artifact. We should probably not be.
Who told you this? The prisoner, the thief, the murderer?
Well, yes. Who else would have told us that?
There is something here.
Yes, and it's probably dangerous. He told us what it was. Allegedly. And it's probably not something that
This
people should have.
Al's gonna point like very dramatically at the kind of painting or whatever this is Tiamat. This anything powerful enough to control him would not have this simple man sent to protect it. He's getting all indignant at Spurnick. Points to the kind of, I guess, the metal door. We are already here. We must know what is behind this door.
No, we really don't have to. We
came here for sperm. We got what
But
we came
if we
for.
leave it here, what if somebody worse than us will get it? Because now they know where it is, right? Because the people who send Spurnick know where it is. They're just going to send somebody else to get it.
I don't know.
Because if they get it and they got this T whatever, then you know what? We're all kind of screwed. So why don't we get it and make sure we
And
hide
do
it somewhere
what?
else? And hide it. Throw it in the ocean. Whatever, so nobody gets it, so nobody knows where it is. They know where it is. It's something I read in a book.
It's the ocean of...
Maybe Al can feed it to a dinosaur. You know, pigs eat everything, so.
Whatever.
Do we believe that these squares will open a door?
That's what they're supposed to do, yes.
Why
And
would they-
behind the door, there's some sort of artifact that apparently is supposed to be able to control dragons. And I don't think that's anything that anyone should have, including us.
Well, can we break it? Can we get it and can we break it? I mean, we got gear. Gear can sit on it.
She looks over at Spurn. Like, can we break it? Can it be broken?
He can talk.
He can nod or something.
He's so beside himself, and he keeps looking at Fragile like,
No, I know.
you know.
Well, Gear, do you think you can stomp it? Don't try now. Not until we agree. But do you think you're strong enough to break it?
Unknown.
Are we talking about the door piece or the artifact?
The door pieces. So nobody can open the door.
Well, maybe that would work.
Why would they leave the keys to a door beside the door?
They're not smart people.
Clearly.
They left kobolds and zombies. I mean, that's not smart. And a big old picture of Ta, whatever. You know, it's not very smart.
To Calavera's point, we could take the key pieces and scatter them. The door would be locked forever.
That sounds like a good idea. What they said. We only got one more left. Might as well.
It would be better to collapse the entire cavern.
So take the keys, leave, collapse. Plan?
And we take Spurnick back to be hanged.
Well, he is part of the cult of the dragon who wants to control a dragon to probably do shitty things, and somebody died during his mission. Um, our job is kind of to bring him there, and what they do then.
Oh
is
no, I'm agreeing with that. Like, no, we are still bringing him back to be.
Yeah, no, we're not leaving him here. I mean, we want to
No,
get
of
paid, right?
course.
Plus, I want to see if they got some nice books in that library. You know, maybe I can make Penny Swoops fly.
I suppose we have something of a plan then.
All right.
He's just
Here, where
like
did you find this one?
he's just beside himself. I mean, he's just
Nobody
like,
asked you.
freaking out.
Wish there were a spell or something so that he would stop crying. It is making me uncomfortable.
Well, can we not just knock him out so he can stop crying?
I could hit him with a rock.
No, that's
His eyes get really big, and he's looking at Fragile like,
we're not going to hit him again.
Do you know that you're not going to kill him? Nobody got a sleep spell, huh? Oh, well.
Sleep, hold person, silence, take your pick.
Maybe we can put it back over his head. Maybe he'll go to sleep like a bird when it's dark.
Do birds do that?
Yeah. You make it dark, they sleep.
How do you find that out? No, that's not important. Let's just take care of what is in here.
All right, so Gear, where did you get this one from?
Room, southwest.
All right, so...
I really think we should open that door. What's it going to hurt to see what's behind it? We don't have to take it.
You don't know that it won't hurt to see what's behind there.
Well,
what if it's something else? What if it's something, that's...
What if it's Tiamat? Hidden behind it?
What if it's like, something that's cursed?
Has anyone thought to ask Spernick what is behind the door?
Yes, it is an artifact that will let you control dragons. Allegedly.
Unguarded or guarded?
I'm guessing the door was the guard. He didn't say there was anything else. But he might not have known because he didn't know about the zombies outside either. I said that right, zombies?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
He
sorry,
seems-
abominations.
He seems well prepared at the moment. Ronvin, you identified a ring of fire resistance and a magic scimitar, which Gears then holds up because they've taken possession.
Yoink.
Perhaps he knows more than he has allowed himself to tell us.
Yeah.
No, he's pretty desperate not to die.
Well, he's prepared for something to do fire damage to him. Excuse me.
And needed a magical weapon.
What does his diary say? Anybody read it yet? And what are those books about before we do anything? Maybe we got some clues.
Yeah, someone go through the diary, please.
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah. Well, one was a book on what? Dragons and history?
Yeah, the two books were books about the Dragonspine Mountains, local history, the history of dragons in the area, that sort of thing.
I'm gonna flip through the book and see if there's any mention of like an artifact or something specific to this structure, and if it fits with any part of the story that he told Calavera and Rue.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it'll take you a while to thumb through these books and look. They're pretty hefty tomes, but it seems to be history written by a sage, from Shadowdale, about dragons in the region. But there's nothing. It makes reference in various areas about a cult of the dragon, and and it goes back centuries in history. it makes reference to, dragon worshipping druids, that sort of thing. Druids that believed they could, command or control dragons, but there's nothing really specific in there. There's not even any mention directly of the this temple, for instance, or this site that you're at, right?
Do these books seem any way different or similar from the ones we saw back at the Lord's house that were, because we've seen the originals and the forgeries of those books involved back at the Lord's house, right?
Yeah, these are not those books. These are books that could very well have been in that library because they're books, they're of regional history, that sort of thing. So it would make sense that maybe these came from Lord, I can't remember his name, the library. Cormeril. Lord Cormeril.
And they had asked us to keep an eye out for books like that to return to them anyway.
Al's still going to be insistent that we open this door.
Gilly's on Al's side.
I believe, Ronvin, did you say something about looking through his journal?
Yes.
I thought I
So
heard
we
you
can
say
see if, there's something he didn't tell us because he's too afraid.
that. So as he's in there and he sees you all and hears you talking and you pull the journal out and his eyes just like practically roll back in his head like he's going to pass out. And so you open the journal and look through there, and it's just, written in some kind of scribbly scrawl. And it has details in it of this mission. He's to come here, find this Temple of the Scale and get the relic. It's a ancient dragon scale that legend says had powers, the wielder, if the person had the right abilities, could use this thing to control or maybe charm or, something to do with, controlling dragons. And his mission was to come retrieve it, bring it back to the cult, and they plan to deliver this to the Red Dragon's Squirrel Warwicks, who lives in the Dragonspine Mountains, as a way to win her to their service, sort of as a, persona non gratis. We bring this to you in good faith. They hope to bring her into their allyship by returning this to her.
So Virgilia's gonna look over at him like,
There is no
You're
blood.
gonna earn every single second.
There's no blood in this man's face, because he knows now that you know why he's there.
And since he knows it, the people who sent him know it, which means we can't really leave it here, because if they figure out a way to open the door, even though we took the keys, we're all
Excuse me.
Al, do you know a way to destroy dragon scales?
With a big enough library and enough times, if there is information, I can find it. Al's gonna grow kind of impatient at this, so gears went southwest. Yes, downward.
Yeah.
They down or two go up, two go down.
Oh, they all go down.
All right, so southwest.
They're basically on four corners: southwest, northwest, northeast, southeast.
Al's gonna take his. He's gonna snap his fingers and summon his familiar, Delphi the cat, and he's gonna send Delphi down the stairs. I imagine into the dark.
Which one?
Northwest.
Northwest. So same side as the one that Gears went into.
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to send the cat down, and with his abilities and stuff, just to see if something's down there, or if it's basically the same layout as what Hughes found when they went down to the other room.
Okay. Can you see through the eyes of this kitty cat?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to be within, I think it's like 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, if you were to move like to the top of the stairs, you would be able to easily see what the cat sees.
Okay.
So area northwest, right, goes down the stairs. The stairs are black, and they descend into a 20 by 20 foot room, where the room Gears entered opened to the south once you got down there. This one opens to the north. The room is hewn from the same stone as the rest of the complex, but these walls are decorated with these glossy, black and bone white tiles. There's a triangular altar of black stone at the north end, and it's just on top of a triangular platform. There's no stairs or dais this time. A kobold lay at the foot of the altar, and its features are just melted off, just like dissolved. That's what your familiar sees.
So there is an altar down there, or it's just the dead kobold.
There's an altar.
The Ark of the Covenant kind of a thing.
There's an altar on top of a low triangular platform, and the altar is carved of black stone. It's triangular. And the kobold, again, the kobold looks like it's kind of dissolved, melted.
I'm going to send Delphi all the way up onto the altar to get a good look at whatever's up there.
Okay. Yeah, you see the cat stop as it gets close, and there are little puddles of liquid.
Oh shit!
And it stops and sniffs. You know how cats do, the little tail. And it skirts around the pools and hops up on the altar. And it looks around. And you don't see anything on top of the altar. And it hops down and comes back. Again, taking great pains to avoid stepping in the whatever that liquid is that's here and there in little pools.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. And
so
Delphi
from his vantage
returns
point
to
on
you.
top of the altar.
Yeah.
From his vantage point on top of the altar, which would be kind of raised up for, I guess, the best view of the room, there was nothing that he saw except for the dead kobold.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Then, I'm going to send him to, I guess, northeast. Now we'll just run him through all the rest of the rooms. Kind of along that same pattern.
Yeah. So Delphi scurries across, and you follow, watching intently. And is Delphi a he or a she?
He.
He scurries down the steps.
I didn't ask. I respect his privacy.
Okay, very nice. He goes down the steps, and this 20 by 20 room has a floor. It's really magnificent. It's made of a single piece of beaten copper. So you can even see the ding marks from the hammer, right? It's hammered copper. There are shiny blue and yellow tiles around the walls of this. Again, this room goes down and opens to the north. There is a diamond-shaped altar of beautiful deep blue polished stone atop a small dais. And you see, it's interesting, there's something resting on top of this altar, and you see these little arcs of electricity periodically just kind of shooting out, and they're connecting with copper studs in the wall. So whatever's laying on the altar is arcing randomly to various spots on the wall. Little arcs of electricity.
I'm going to not encourage Delphi to get too close. Just kind of get close enough to give me enough of a view that I would feel comfortable describing it as best I could to Fragile, just because she seems to be the most in favor of opening this door, along with Al. that Al's gonna go over to Fragile and explain to him that if we want to open this, I think the last piece of this key is in the room with the cat right now, and he points to the room that Delphi's in.
Mm-hmm.
I am afraid that I am not tough enough to grab it. If you would like, I will. It is down there, or something is down there. And if not, maybe we could get our large friend to go get it.
Well, we could get our large friend to get it, or do you have Mage Hand?
I do actually. Okay, hold on.
Better, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can go down and all right, so it's 30 feet. So I'm gonna go down. Is there any kind of light? The little sparking things give off enough light for me to kind of have any kind of bearing on it?
You can see it, yeah, very clearly.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna cautiously go down the stairs.
I'll go in front of you just so that if I get hit first, you know to step back.
Okay. And then I guess kind of hide myself behind Fragile as best I can and use the Mage Hand to pick it up, but keep it at the 30-foot distance from us, not actually bring it to us.
Okay.
And then go up the stairs, but keeping it at its 30-foot limit just in case.
So you're going to move out ahead of it, and it's going to stay 30 feet behind you, kind of thing?
Yeah, it's going to stay
Okay.
a static 30 feet.
Gotcha.
I just don't want to bring it to us just in case.
Okay.
As they start to move into the room, I will look at Calavera to see what her reaction is.
I mean, she definitely looks disapproving, but also a little bit defeated, I guess. If we just get this thing out, are we not just putting it in a more vulnerable place?
I do not know.
We cannot leave it here. Also, I just cannot believe that an artifact this powerful is to be retrieved by this. And like I keep pointing to Spurnick. This is not the task of an errand boy, of a child, of one so afraid.
I would like to know, isn't Algernon like this guy's age or younger?
About.
No irony. No irony there.
25-year-old guy that calls 20-year-olds kids.
I
No.
wanted to
Kids
make
today.
that clear.
No irony there.
Yeah, but also nobody's really entrusted Al with a super special deal for a magic artifact, and rightfully so.
Okay.
Because now you're confronted with a super magical artifact, you definitely want to get it.
Well, yeah. In about 2 minutes, this whole situation is going to be different. But as we sit here right now, I have not been entrusted with a magical artifact.
So for Geely, you enter, you go down the stairs, kind of watch what's going on, to kind of human shield for Algernon. So Al can be at 30 feet from the altar. So the Mage Hand floats over. Yes?
The whole time they're doing this, I'm actually more interested in watching Calavera and Algernon and what they're doing and their reactions, the emotions that they're going through.
Yeah.
Than I am the door actually opening.
Gotcha. Okay, so you go down the stairs. There's no doors here; they're doorways. You go down the stairs, and you get close enough. You guys are down on the floor, and the Mage Hand floats over, right, and it lifts the key. You see this blue piece of metal, geometric, kind of like the other ones, similar to the other ones. And I need you each to make a dexterity saving throw, please. Because when the Mage Hand lifts the key, the room just charges with electricity, and lightning arcs to the floor from the key and across the room, and anybody in that room, which includes you two. So make a dex save for me.
See you on the other side, Doctor.
21.
Okay.
Not too bad. Not too bad. 17.
Okay. Each of you is going to take 4 damage, lightning damage. You both saved. But you're definitely a little crispy as this, and it goes off and stops. Like, it doesn't continue, like you're not locked in it, like, just this huge electrical discharge. And you kind of freeze for a second, you know how it is, and then it releases you, and like your clothes are smoking a little bit. Some of your hair may have melted together a little bit. You're like looking at each other like, holy shit. And this mage hand is floating and stops, at 30 feet. It just lifted it up, and it's staying 30 feet static with the key. For Geely, your hair is like...
One of the metal beads pops off of one of Geely's braids.
Yeah.
So I imagine we watched them go into the room, and then we saw this bright flash.
Yeah, you would have seen a
inside the
flash
room.
kind of come out of the stairwell, and you'd probably smell like burnt hair. The torches, there's torches all around in this octagonal room, and that's the light that emanates down in. It's kind of pretty dimly lit down in the shrines. Yeah.
I've got Spurnick probably like by the arm or something, and I would kind of try to hand him off to Calavera.
Yeah, Calavera will take him.
Yeah, and I'll go to the door and see what's going on.
Yeah, so you look down the steps, and you see Al and Fragile kind of looking at each other. And you see this floating hand with this blue metallic geometric object, and you distinctly smell burnt hair, and even like the hair on your arm stands up, and Al's hair, whatever that is kind of, and there's been a major electrical discharge in this room, and there's still ambient static electricity happening, not damage causing or not even painful, but very much detectable.
All right.
All right, well, so the one that Gears got is on the floor. The one that I just brought up is, I'm going to put it down now that it's up there. And then what, Ronvin has the other 2?
I think they put him on the floor. So yeah, you can have the mage hand,
Yeah,
and
they're
you guys,
sitting in the room,
you all can come out with
right next to the backpack.
with the key, and it doesn't. Nothing else happens.
All right, I guess with them all arranged on the floor, I'm going to use the mage hand, I guess, to try to put them together into the one piece.
Okay.
While keeping us and everybody else like the 30 feet back that
Yeah.
I can, just in case.
The only thing that really happens is occasionally a little bit of like static electricity pops from when the mage hand handles the blue one. But beyond that, nothing else is happening. So you're able, after a few minutes of Rubik's Cube sort of tinkering, and what's amazing to me is how still you're able to stay while you focus on this. Just almost like you're frozen.
Right?
As you arrange this, biting on your tongue, thinking real hard, and you manage to
Cast
finally
Ray of Frost on myself.
Right, yeah. You finally manage to arrange the keys in an order that looks like it would fit perfectly in the negative space in the amulet on the dragon's neck.
Does it all go into like one thing that I can pick it up with one mage hand, or is it 4 separate pieces that just kind of touch?
Oh, it's 4 separate pieces to touch, yeah.
Just one at a time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can only have one mage hand at once. So I guess I'll just pick them up in any order and put them in the door. I might even tell my companions to kind of clear the little room we're in. There's no reason we all gotta die, just in case. It'll be me in there, heroically with my mage hand, putting the pieces into the door.
Okay. So does everybody evacuate? What do y'all do?
I'll step back 30 feet.
Yeah,
What saving throw
Calavera.
am I gonna have to make?
Yeah. Grab all the
Calaveras-
shiny and step out of the blast radius just in case.
Calavera will stay within 30 feet of Algernon in case she needs to keep him from dying.
Okay.
We may be disagreeing, but that's
So-
no reason to let him die.
Al,
What
here's
kind of
the
saving throw?
here's the challenge, Al. You're gonna need to one hand is not gonna do it. You got to fit these up there, kind of hold them up there and get them all fitted in together because they're loose pieces.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, is it going to be good enough for just me, or do
No,
I
you
need,
can
like-
do it with two hands. Yeah.
Okay.
And you also still got the mage hand to help, right? That gives you 3 hands.
Yeah. So this is really just nothing more than the DM saying, "Closer,
Yeah, I know.
closer."
I know. I'm just dying to know what saving throw I'm going to have to make.
Yeah. So you take a deep breath and offer some feeble prayer for,
Before
to-
Algernon can do this,
Yeah.
Gears will interpose himself and say, "Give me the keys. I will do it."
My friend, you have been remarkably silent. I am not sure I could have you die to satisfy my curiosity.
Give me the keys.
Al gives him the keys happily.
who's telling them no? I'm not telling them no.
Yeah, gives Gears a nice little tap on the shoulder. Thank you. And he's going to go outside the room and make sure Delphi comes with him just in case.
Okay. So
I'm going to feel so bad if this
let
goes
me
south.
set the scene here, right? So basically, what I'm imagining in my theater of my mind is I'm picturing 5 party members and a cat standing around the stone carving of Tiamat around the doorway to the octagonal chamber, all peering in bravely, 40 feet away as Gears begins to kind of try to get these pieces locked in place. Is that what's happening?
Calavera wants to be 30 feet away. She wants to be able to cast Spare the Dying if she needs.
Okay. Yeah, so you can be in the
So-
room then, because the room is 40
One of-
feet across.
Yeah.
One of the first things Gears is going to do is to take these things in their hands and look at them and flex on these cubes and flex and see how much, if any, give there is in the cubes and if they are crushable.
Okay, these are flat pieces of metal. A little thickness to them. They're like keys, but big, right? So they're not cubic in that sense. They're geometric, but they're not perfect cubes or anything.
I see it.
These things are absolutely stiff. Just absolutely stiff.
They're going to take one piece in their hand and with all they've got, try and crush it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Uh, 19.
Yeah,
Are
you
you
just
hearing this?
you're just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, which is
and
why
it,
video is not here.
it just nothing gives.
I just didn't
Nothing
know if Al wanted to react.
nothing gives.
Oh no, he's 40 feet back. Yours is standing at this door with this thing in his hand, in their hand, going. Because
Yeah.
they're not sure this is the right thing either. And then shrug and just quickly go.
Okay. So
and put
you
them in.
fiddle around.
Once they fit.
Yeah, and you get them to where they fit in a line, and they snap in, and all of the seams between them vanish, and it becomes one piece of metal that's like fused into the door. And it still has all the colors, the 4 colors, the green, the blue, the black, the red, the white. And as you do this, again, it snaps and melds into place, and you immediately hear the grating roar of this mechanism scraping and grinding as the door starts to lower into the floor. And that is where we have to stop for the evening.
No!
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, I'm glad nobody got hurt. Like, let's be real. You guys follow me on this kind of like impulsive course of action.
Nobody got hurt yet.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I will say just as far as today goes.
I have.
Because there's bunnies and puppies behind the door.
Do you see the missing metal band I have to replace on my braid?
Yeah,
No
y'all,
more casualties.
y'all did pick up a little bit of electrical damage there.
Yes.
So let's see, gears.
Oh my god, Gears, if you had crushed that would have been so good.
The narrative would be pretty cool.
I would say, Gears, you're kind
Al
of
would have come out like,
fascinated by all this dragon business, by the way, for
Yeah.
probably apparent reasons. Yeah.
Reasons that they know about. No
Right.
one else does.
Right.
Gears masters subterfuge.
Okay, we're gonna call it there. Let's go around and do a quick outro and give us a
master
little,
of the poker face.
whatever you want to say about yourself or your, brief reaction to the session. This was pretty fun. What do y'all think? We'll go reverse order this time. We'll start with Gears, since you're the guy, that just inserted the key. Give us an outro, buddy.
I'm Dave. I handles Hey Wilson on the social medias. I play Gears, the fighter, who apparently cannot crush a key with their hand rather. And it's been a fun session. It's been interesting to see the interplay of the characters. So Gears is a little ambivalent to whether or not this all works out, but there is a certain fascination with what they're doing. So we'll find out more next Monday.
Like the
Please
wondrous child. Yes. Okay, Ronvin.
Well, I'm Vivacia on Twitch. I'm Miss Vivacia on the Twitter. Yeah, it's like I was waiting for a cliffhanger, and I'm like, this is the meanest cliffhanger. All right, so yeah, nobody died. Very important. Nobody died. That's the most important ever.
Nobody died yet.
And we got some good character building going on, so I love that. Get to go back more into, the morality of all this situation. And who's going to kick him and who's not going to kick him. Half of us is like petty as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very clearly.
We're starting
Very
to...
clearly.
Some character, personality, deep things are being revealed now. We're starting to see some stuff.
Yeah. I didn't mean to make up a name for Tiamat, but yeah, it's now canon. It's not Tiamat, it's Titita. Totally.
I don't think she cares. I think it's fine.
Yeah, the brand recognition is what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brand recognition. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Al.
I apparently was so impulsive that Zoom decided that you guys didn't get to see my face, which would probably have been something bad happened to Gears. So this is probably for the best. I'm Manny, as far as you know, at Growed Up Geek on the social medias. And yeah, this is a lot of fun. I would have absolutely felt bad if anything had happened to anybody else because I was hell-bent on opening this door. So that's my little out-of-character moment right there.
All right.
Gears out of character moment was thinking, Squishy Mage cannot be put between danger and
Curiosity. Yeah.
curiosity.
Nice. All right. For Geely.
Oh, I'm Fragile. I am the Raven Queen's favorite daughter. And I guess if I was doing my add a character thing is Fragile has really come to care about every one of the people. She's pretty sure that a couple of them are mad at her, but she just accepts that that's part of being in relationships with humans or with mortals. I'm Buckethead Clunk on my social media, except for Discord. I have a dash backwards R on there for one of my games, but I play here as the level 2 Asimar Warlock of the Raven Queen, and I play in another homebrew in Eberron, and I run a Cormyr campaign, which should kick back off. We're in a little hiatus right now. Come probably about Thanksgiving time, right after Thanksgiving.
Cool. Looking forward to that. I get to play in that game, so it's good stuff. All right, Fragile, how about Rue?
Hey everyone, I'm Andrew, aka Fellowship at the Tables. On Twitter, I'm Fellowship OTT. I'm active in the Open for Adventure community, where my biggest thing I'm working on right now is helping with the wiki and trying to catch up with all the recent episodes in Cinemaria, which is a lot of fun. So,
Nice.
yeah. And this session was great. Andrew has a lot of opinions, but Rue does not feel the moral capability of giving his opinion.
Understood.
So he's trying to stay out of it.
I get it. I understand. Calavera.
Hi, I play Calavera. I am Paige, Key Lime Cutie Pie on Twitter. I guess I'm here to provide the other side for everything happening tonight, which is a lot of fun.
Apparently, you're our moral compass. Apparently.
I will say that earlier today and before our session, I have been working on just kind of outlining like the different ways that Calavera has been like thinking about things, and especially her relationships with the different characters. Like I was talking to you, Scott, about it, and I think I have a couple of things I need to update now.
I think you
Just
do.
one or two.
I think you might.
And you know what? There's a couple of things that I was really hoping that I would get after I saw some of the stuff you were dealing with today, and I think I got it. So that's fun.
Good.
This is great. I'm loving this. This was a fantastic session. Everyone did a great job.
Good. I hope everybody's having fun. I know I sure am. Okay, so I'm Scott Wiley Hobbit, your host and dungeon master for this game. We play here Monday nights at 7:30, of course. You know that because you've been here since then. Wednesday nights we start off at 7, and then Sundays we play at 1. We play Pathfinder on Sundays and more D&D set in the same year, the same month, and the same setting as this game. So pretty cool. Who knows if we'll have some, who knows. Anyway, so thanks everybody for hanging out. We're going to raid Carlos. He was in here earlier and resubbed, and he's got a stream going right now. He does a lot of first edition Dungeons & Dragons set in Greyhawk, so it's like old school stuff. So we're going to launch a raid, and I'd just like to invite everybody back and see us again next week when we find out what's behind door number 1. Won't that be exciting? Let's see, where's my raid? Bye. See you later. All right.